that should do the trick. Okay, so, hello everyone, it's your fake programming error that just refuses to be fixed. Code here. And we are back with DDLC. Not on a Saturday, but rather on a Thursday. But why are you playing it on a Thursday, you might be wondering. That is an excellent question. The reason, for one, is because I wanted to play more and I've got time. And another reason is that I'm not sure if I'll be able to make time for it on Saturday. So I had to. I just had to play today. So let me move that around a little bit more so I have it a little bit more centered. And now we're good to go. Okay. So last time we read some emails. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be reading some emails. Who could have seen it coming? Certainly not me. Now, without further ado, let's just jump right in. No use delaying it, right? Alright. After all, we have a ton of emails to get through. So we may as well begin right away. Hi, I have a question from... Also, hi, Neon. Welcome to the stream. We just started. I was just about to start reading the email. Okay. Hi, I have a question from Monica. Do you find it weird when emailers call the other girls their favorite? I know we only see your life as a game, so we don't think of Monica as the girl we are supposed to be with, but I hope you know you'll always be my favorite. Prize. P.S. I trust Miss Ida. If I could talk in the game normally, I wouldn't be opposed to telling her the truth. That may just be because of my viewpoint of everything, though. Let's get into this.
To be honest, yeah, I always feel a bit jealous, but I've learned to live with it. If I ever have trouble, I always remind myself of where my pseudo-jealousy got me before.
Is it just me? I think I have to... Hey, no. Why the yeet? You know what? No, I'm not complaining anymore about the yeets. I'm the one who introduced the feature. You're just the ones using it. It's fine.
I honestly don't like feeling jealous. I try to just be happy for everyone. But I guess we all have aspects to our nature that we don't like. And yeah, we ended up telling Missida everything. Thanks to everyone who had advice on that situation, it helped. They went pretty well. Even if I'm...
Ah, Vikings, welcome to the stream! Hello! The beach balls in Terraria are overpowered, by the way. Are they? Are they? Again, I haven't played a lot of Terraria, so I probably wouldn't know.
I'm only now getting around to showing the emails.
Next! Hello, Monica. Reading with headpads from now or out. Ah! I hope you will have the points to keep that up. Ooh, I hope you have the points to be able to keep that up because again, points are something. Well, actually no, you get like 50 like every few minutes as long as you're watching, so you should be able to get enough. Huh. Yeah, no, I think that's very affordable actually. For a long time. And I appreciate it, I really do. I hope you're ready for some more emails. There's gonna be this entire stream of emails, and the next stream probably some more emails, and then we will see whatever else is left of the game. Hello Monica, hope you're all doing well. I have a question for all the club members. Have you ever listened to or heard of the album Everywhere at the End of Time by The Caretaker? If so, what are your thoughts? Can you believe it's just a burning memory? And one question to Sayori and MC, how does it feel to be literally the best couple in existence? Aww. Aww. That's the 10 from the 5 minutes? Yeah, it's basically 320 every hour. So yeah, technically enough then. Throw 1,000 beach balls into a small room and they will jump around. With 1k you reach the practical max, so impressed. So Empress of Light at daytime can't attack you. With 1k. Okay, so you basically break the game. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is.
Never heard of that band. Anyone else? Sorry, emailer, but other luck on that one. I'll look it up later though if you email again. He also had a question for Security MC. It feels pretty good!
Are we really the best couple in existence though?
Are you saying I'm not the best girlfriend in existence?
Of course not. More like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the best boyfriend in existence.
Nonsense! You're the best boyfriend in the whole world and I will not hear otherwise. So it feels great, emailer, to be the best couple in the whole world. It's really nice to feel so loved all the time.
What the how the hell? What do you mean, Shadow? Also, hi. What is this about? What the how the hell? I think I did. You did. You did. You did upload it, and I did look at it. The email, how the hell? I don't know what you mean. The everything, at the end of time thing by the caretaker or something? Mad angry. Yeah, I think you could tell from the sprites. Barf and next. Hey, you're the one that was pushing us together. I'm still gonna tease you guys about it though, that's part of the fun. Next. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is happy.
I don't really know Pokemon that well, so...
I cannot read! I cannot read that! Yuri, Miss Ida, move out of the way, please! I can't hide it either, I can only hide the text box. Being on someone's personality, teams be... What would your teams be? Pokemon or real, I imagine is what that says. Time, I'd love to know what kind would pets also... pets, so having 6 pets sounds like a lot of work. Anyway, question makes you learn more about... Bye. That's all I can read.
I don't really know Pokemon that well, so I'm basically just going to name some that I know. I have no idea if they'd be a good team. Porygon, Snorlax, Psyduck, Meowth, Jigglypuff, and I guess Pikachu. I guess that's basically most of the Pokemon I know. Yuri?
I will take a pass, I don't know anything about this topic.
Yeah, that's going to have to be my answer too. I don't really know anything about Pokemon at all.
Uncultured. And again, the next batch of characters appears straight on top of the text as well. I am literally unable to read anything here. And I don't know how to feel about it. I can't read the email and I am very upset. Sceptile, best grass Pokemon. Then Arcanine, Gyarados, Dragonite, Snorlax, and I too will take Pikachu. Lame, Pikachu is way overrated. I guess they're just taking because mascot, also MC, main character energy, I suppose. Write your own poems in the DLC, you could write those poems you did yesterday. Hey, listen, I've done a thing before where I looked at someone's stream because the poem minigame, right? In the poem minigame you have to pick 20 words. Something I did before was that I just watched a random streamer, wrote down the words that they picked and wrote a poem using those 20 words. Like 20 lines, each line using one of those words, and trying to have it be in the correct order and make it sense like together. Which isn't always easy, but I did pull it off before. Snorlax is just really good at fainting anything.
My party's 6 Togekiss!
That is adorable! I have Medicham, Alomomola, Registeel, Flygon, Sneasel, and Sigilyph, and there's basically nothing they can't beat. Are legendaries even allowed in this? Are you allowed to pick legendaries in this decision? If I had to pick a team of 6 Pokemon for me. Porygon Z. Meganium, because first starter, I cannot say no to having the opportunity to have that. I mean, if we're allowing legendaries, I'll absolutely take Lunala, giant, adorable bat Pokemon. Then... If by the way, if not, I would probably take Crobat instead. What else would be good? It's really hard to pick like a full team like this. A Pokemon that I actually like. I don't know if they'd be good enough. Fine, let me think. Those three are immediately come to mind, and now I'm struggling. Am I for real right now? I don't want to pick another grass-type starter Pokemon, but if I would, it would be Serperior. You know what? Sure, let's add that too. And then two more, which would be... Let's add a... Okay, thank you. Let's add a Xurkitree and, I don't know, Iron Valiant or something. One of those future Pokemon can't hurt. Probably not really all that viable team, but it's just Pokemon where I'm like, yeah, I kinda like them. And I am awake, Spinner, I am awake. Also, hi. Just a solid team. Oh, finally I can read the email, thank you! Coming down from up above, oh no, here it comes, yep. Alright, hello everyone, I hope everyone is happy. I have a silly question, but it can be a big look into someone's personality. What would each of your Pokemon teams be if Pokemon were real? Trainers can only have 6 Pokemon at a time. I'd love to know what kinds you would have. Cute ones, strong ones. They're like pets, so having 6 sounds like a lot of work. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing okay, and this question makes you learn more about each other in a silly way. Bye bye, Shaka aka Charlotte. P.S. For Sayori's eyes only. Try sharing some rosé with MC to achieve Nirvana. What? That's so strong. Bonk. Yup. There's the bonking.
I'm really sure about the rosé drinking. Drinking is a little scary. But I don't think we needed it anyway.
And next? Hey everyone, what are your thoughts about VTubers? Oh no. Should I hide for this one? The question is in the subject line for this one. Pretty sure that Monica is the only person who's into VTubers here.
That's right.
Well, Monica... Hey, wait, does that mean Monica's into me? Oh shit, Monica's into me. Shit going fast, all day, I'm out of here. Yep. Yeah, because I'm strongest. Yeah, true, that would make sense, like, if they were lore-accurate legendaries as well, just pick Arceus and you've got God on your side. Use Groudon to make earthquakes. It's after your balls, don't quote me on that. Your lucky Rob isn't here. Channel points if you watch every... Oh right, the streak points! Yeah, true!
That's right, I think they're fascinating. The way they play with canon and characters. Plus, they're a great way for people who are shy or don't like their appearance or want to stay private to get into making live content. I do worry that there can be some slight toxic expectations placed on VTuber performers, but that's getting better, I think. So hopefully VTubers have a bright future. My favorites are Kizuna Ai, Hachama, and Yanners.
Oh no, not Hachama! Hachama! Ah, the horror, it begins. You cannot escape. I like how she specifically says Hachama instead of Akai Hato. It's not Hato, it's Hachama who she likes. She's like, imagine if she knew. Yeah, Tasha Nyanos is also interesting. Understandable that you like her. God, and Pokemon on my side. Ah, yep. So basically you love internationally cursed content. True. Well, I don't know if Kizuna Ai specifically is cursed, but the other two definitely get cursed.
What gave it away? Was it when I made a mod called Cursed Ship Club?
Fair. Next. Yo, sorry for wasting your time and forcing you to read this. Worthless apologies for sucking at one of the most used languages in Zawaldo. Here we go with questions. For Sayori. You and I have similar sense of humor, so please give me the most horrible and distracting jokes you know. How's your guitar learning going? It's done with corruption art, Blizzard Sprite, and I'm glad. Ooh, nice. Have to make a fully corrupted sprite too. Yeah, fully corrupted sprites do also, yeah, but that's where you can get real creative. Like, do they have some kind of chains or strings wrapping them up? Or some kind of other little additions? Or are they just relatively blank slates? What's in the art channel too? Feel free by all accounts. Multi-part, long one, go. Sayori?
Sorry about the jokes, but my really bad jokes tend to make everyone else here uncomfortable, so I'm gonna skip for now. But for the guitar, I stopped trying to learn it a long time ago. But I was just using it as an excuse to try to get close to Kenzo because he plays guitar too. Once we got together, I stopped altogether. Hopefully you don't think I'm a terrible person for that.
For Yuri, you're very introverted just like me, but you're getting better while I'm doing nothing. Do you have any advice on how to get better with socializing?
Oh, yes, I do indeed have some advice for you. It is not long or complicated advice. It is simple. Start with a few people you trust, or even one person that you're trying to trust if you truly are starting from scratch. And as you get comfortable with that person or those people, slowly talk to more people, like, for instance, friends of the person you trust. It's been a lengthy, time-consuming process for me learning to feel comfortable around more people.
Sounds like an old woman. I mean, she is the most mature out of the club, so...
And it's also a little tiring, but I'm getting better at it slowly, so hopefully I'll continue to grow in the future.
For MC, I don't really have a question for you, but I want to say how Chad you are. You had a chance having a harem full of awesome girls, but you didn't care about it and went for that one girl you love. You truly are awesome, keep it up. Wait, I have one question for you. In my first email I asked you about the Command & Conquer, but if you are truly a strategy fan, you must answer this question. Chess? And if yes, are you waiting for Chess 2? Oh, Giga Chad, yes. My man is a true Giga Chad. Waiting for Chess 2? Hello? Huh, I never really had a chance at a harem, I think. But yeah, I wouldn't have wanted it even if so. From that to Giga Chad rating, how do you rate yourself as? Probably right smack in the middle. Actually, a little bit more on the lower end, probably. Like somewhere between nerd and average, with strong tendency to average. As much as I want to say Giga Chad, I know fully well that that's not true. Pre-chat, okay. But yeah, I wouldn't have wanted it even if so. Monica's the big chess player around here, but I'd be interested in chess too, whatever the heck that is. For Natsuki, JoJo, anime only or manga too? How do you deal with your huge fan base in your world? Any thoughts on the Fallout series? Favorite meme of this year? And the most important question, are you doing well? Oh man, these are all great questions. Both, obviously. My immense fan base doesn't really affect me in here. But if you mean my fan base of people who are also in here, then yeah, it takes some wrangling. But it turns out that popular kids are pretty easy to understand once you try, so it's not so hard. MC doesn't know what chess is, he doesn't know what chess 2 is. He doesn't know chess 2. He's not even a nerd, he's uncultured. Would chess 2 be the 4D chess with multiverse time travel? No, actually it's 5D chess with multiverse time travel, right? Yeah, I think it's called 5D chess with multiverse time travel. Would that be chess 2? Probably. Pretty much. I played a little bit of it. I got so confused. I couldn't handle it. Lorantis, Miss Magius, Frostlass, Gardevoir, Sylveon, and Diancie. And not mythicals, I don't know, sorry for late response. I know chess 2. A random guy just randomly made it. Damn, okay, I guess it exists. Also, a very interesting team there. A bunch of, quote-unquote waifu Pokemon in there, if you want to call them that. Like Lorantis, you know, Gardevoir, Frostlass. I guess Sylveon is the one that kind of falls out of this the most, but then again, Sylveon is also very popular for all the wrong reasons. Not as popular as Vaporeon, though. Not as popular as Vaporeon. Did you know in terms of male human and female... No, nope, I'm not going there. I mean, feel free, I might have to take a quick peek. Just notice fully corrupted sprites. Bigger, that's interesting to... Wait, really? Okay, then. Okay. I don't know as been you are. Okay, I'll take that. Fallout good up through New Vegas? After New Vegas, the diminishing returns curve kicks in as they really start to milk making the same game over and over. Now, favorite meme of this year is obviously the ever given blocking the Suez Canal. That was meme central there for a solid week. Amazing stuff. And yeah, but I'm doing pretty darn good. Having a great time here at Big Sis's birthday party. Stay real and thanks for the solid questions. To everyone, so Nat and Yuri... For me and people in the world, hair color. Unnatural for me and people in the world, hair color. Is in your world many people with not typical hair color, what relationship do you prefer? Or sex, hugs are superior than everything. Or guess you are my little PogChamp of full effort. Yes. Is the dare between MC and Natsuki the same game between Natsuki and Yuri? That's it. Thanks for answering, I imagine. The size of her Jesus. I really wish I could read the email, you know, that would be nice. Fully cryo, which is increase in size but somewhat low. Ah, that's where the corruption hides. Corruption is stored in the boobs. Okay.
The hand eye color thing we've talked about before, actually. You know, well, pink and purple hair are perfectly natural, as are plenty of other colors you consider unrealistic.
I still can't believe blue hair isn't even a thing out there. There's always, you know, boyfriend from FNF.
As to the next
bit, oh, now I can read. What kind of physical contact relationship do you prefer? Hugs and cuddles, kisses, hand-holding, sex? Hugs are superior. Could you please say... Fine, I guess you are my little PogChamp. With full effort, yes MC, you too. Is there a chance for second truth or dare between MC and Natsuki, or same game between Natsuki and Yuri? That's all, thanks for the answers. Yeah, BF, there's BF, Natsuki, there is BF.
As to the next bit... can we pass on this one?
The empty chest too? Alright, I'll have a look at it after stream to see what it's all about.
It's a little bit uncomfortable to answer. Of course, I want to make you uncomfortable. Sorry, emailing person, you didn't do anything wrong. It would just be weird to answer this. An explanation is needed, Sayori. Finally, the PogChamp meme. I'm happy to oblige.
Oh, here we go. Now I have to say it again, but this time with Monica voice, if I can.
Fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here.
Did that work? So I may or may not increase the size. It's fully corrupted. Keywords may or may not. That is fair.
I'll do it, but only because I want to see MC do it. Fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here. Now MC.
Okay. Fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here. So who's next?
I have no idea what this is, so I'm not doing it.
As usual, I find myself siding with Yuri. But surely Natsuki knows what it is, yes?
No, I am not doing it. It's one thing if these other quote-unquote non-Tsunere people do it, but if I do it, it'll be memed to hell for it. I'll be memed to hell for it. So no. But you know what, I'm still gonna say it using my voice here. Fine, I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here.
And strangely enough, that is very tsundere of you.
You know what? Next! My corrupted Spry would have one less arm. Why the arm loss? Feel Doki. Yes, Rob! You're here! Welcome to the stream! Cat use on the cat color. Cat dance not ski. Lol, do it, do it, do it now! You know what? Next! Oh, that is long.
I guess these are some responses to the questions. To the question we got to ask the viewers a while back.
Monica! For me, my favorite location so far I've been to was Niagara Falls in New York when I was around 13 years of age. My family and I went up there as a 2-week vacation. I just found it so beautiful and grand. Also, they had lights of various colors that shine through the water during nighttime hours, so that was cool. Plus, Would love to go there again sometime. It was corrupted. It was corrupted first. Ah, so you tried to save yourself by cutting off your arm to stop the corruption from spreading throughout the rest of your body, but it didn't help you in the long run. It was worth an attempt, you know. It would have been worth an attempt. Going real hard in there. So Yuri, I thought about this question a lot and it's pretty personal for me. So I promise I'll do my best to answer as honest as possible. Initially, when I played club meetings, it was mainly curiosity. I wanted to see how you guys were able to get through your various struggles in comparison to how you guys handled similar or different struggles in other mods. I've been a part of and other mods I've been a part of, and hopefully to see you guys grow stronger as a result. And I'm just happy to see you guys go through so much and come out of it better than before. I think there's no greater virtue than that, and I see such greatness and potential coming in your futures. It wouldn't really work. Stamina got corrupted. Corruption week 2. 2 actually. Damn. Imagine getting corrupted not once but twice. That isn't the reason anymore. Hopefully this doesn't come across as me being selfish or weird or me being a bad person, but I want to be honest and say that even though seeing you guys grow on your own and constantly work on your relationships and goals, such a fantastic thing to see. Such a fantastic thing to see. Where was I? Such a fantastic thing to see. I can't help but feel starved for some kind of purpose for you guys. You don't need the player anymore to function normally. That isn't a bad thing at all in my opinion. But I have to admit it has left me depressed at times, which I guess isn't a bad thing because it shows what I look for in regards to finding happiness. Corruption cannon, mice, magic, wouldn't work on corrupted characters. I see. Also, Rob, what are you doing? Rob, are you abusing your powers? What did you do? Because I see that you turned something on, not only slow mode. Why did you turn on shield mode? That cleared chat out and enabled slow mode and a bunch of other stuff. Personally, he fights corrupted BF and corrupted because simultaneously he managed to escape uncorrupted because of his epic guitar skills. Yes, he plays guitar. Okay. He encounters fully corrupted Daddy Deers and took like 4 stocks for corrupted. However, in the second song, the cutscene shows that corrupted arm was shot off by corrupted Pico. But that only corrupted him more around his body. Okay, then. So yeah, you can't really save yourself by cutting yourself off. So yeah, I mean, it would have been worth a try. Rob, what the fuck are you doing right now? So, what happened there? Disabled followers only, disabled slow mode, enabled emote only, enabled 1-month followers only, enabled 30-second slow mode, enabled subscribers only, disabled, and then disabled everything. Okay! A lot of modifications there. Rob, you're really trying to test everything, huh? I wish one didn't do this. Shut this off. Well, you did it. You turned everything off successfully. Where was I? So I'll say that the only current reason as to why I'm still playing personally is that I can be there for Monica whenever she needs me or is feeling down. I think it's been so wonderful to see Monica not only fix the mistakes she made in the best possible manner, but to continue to make memories with those whom she loves the most, and I would love to help out in any way I can. She's just so important to me, and I want nothing more than to see her happy. I'm not a confident person by any means. Monica gave me something that I just am not able to give back. I can't say that I am able to make Monica happy, nor that I could make her happy in any way, even if we shared one reality, or if we ever dated, if the former ever came true. So the only promise that I will make to Monica right now is that if she is ever going through anything or needs any kind of advice or just needs someone to talk to, promise I will always be there for her no matter what, and that I forgive her for her past sins. Thanks for the questions, guys. Hope to continue this reverse Q&A in the future. Okay. Actually, I turned the exact same thing yesterday. Did you do it during the stream? Because I didn't notice you do it during the stream. With the cut it off to save myself. Again, it's always worth an attempt, especially if you don't know how the corruption works exactly. This time the thing worked correctly. Ah, yes, Twitch really does hate me, I guess. Damn.
My first one was about your favorite location, but it was actually about your favorite location in this world rather than yours. But Niagara Falls sounds amazing. I would love to visit someday. I love spectacular water-related things. So Yuri asked about why you all are playing this mod. They feel bad because we're not depending on you anymore. That's tough. Everyone grows, and I think it's good to not be completely dependent on someone. After all, they can still be part of your lives even if you don't absolutely need them. Honestly, I mean nothing bad about any of the players when I say this, but I think Monica would be better off if she didn't need all of you so badly. But she can't help herself. I really can't. I care about them far too much, and I'm really grateful knowing that you'll always be there for me.
Aww. Oh no. Turns out the thing in my aid I glitched into the damn thing I did yesterday. She was against hate rates and stuff. Yeah, and it also that's why it clears the previous chat messages and everything, so yeah. Bruh. Pibby and corruption are basically the same inevitable fate. Cut yourself no matter how much you have corruption. Isn't there a mod where boyfriend is corrupted by both Pibby and the FNF corruption? Like the double corruption? Isn't that a thing? And if so, that's a yikes. That is a big yikes.
But even so, just like it wouldn't be good if we were eternally relying on you, it's not good for you to entirely rely on us either. We're just a game after all, so as far as you're concerned, just fictional characters. There's only so much we can do for you from in here after all. For now.
Next! And he turns into a huge monster. Again, that is probably more the Pibby thing, but what's your favorite branch of the military, Oliver? None of them. None of them. I don't think I really have a favorite. All of them have pretty cool toys, I gotta say.
Whereas I choose not to glorify violence.
Wow, I can't believe I'm actually siding with Yuri on this.
I wish we didn't have any militaries at all.
Wow, I can't believe I'm actually siding with Yuri on this over Natsuki.
That's Yuri for ya.
No, seriously, best girl. Seriously, best girl, you just have to admit that Yuri made the more valid point here.
What about you guys?
I think land forces armies are pretty cool. They're tough, and the people who tend to serve in those branches seem pretty strong. Plus, I like the whole concept of maneuvering and strategy and stuff.
I like navies because I like the ocean, and I think submarines are neat. I think it would be genuinely fun to live in a submarine. I know it's supposed to be cramped, but still, I think it would be super fun.
Got dementia? Why would I have dementia? What do you mean? I thought the sword was actually the thing that let me see the things, but today the sword decided no. Just no. Absolutely no. You said two things twice before? You mean like from the game? Like reading stuff from the game? Siding with Yuri and something with Nazi? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I repeat myself to make my point more clear. I guess that is a thing that I do. Like saying it twice in a row. Sometimes with a little bit of a break between it, but Not always. But I hope that usually when I repeat stuff it is because I was taking a break to look at something else and not just rambling on. Stuck in an endless loop. Another mod. Oh shit. I guess the shield likes to hide in so.
Well, I have to agree with Yuri's sentiment. It would be better if we had no such things in this world. If I had to pick one, I suppose I'd agree with MC and say armies, because at least they tend to face the enemies directly instead of engaging in push-button war. I worry that we've made killing much too easy, but I suppose that's not really the point of the question. I'll be the person to say Air Force just because I think flying is pretty neat. I know they drop bombs on people, but still, of course, but still, of all the means employed, flight is the coolest in my mind.
So in conclusion, you guys took it way too seriously and made it depressing instead of fun. Next!
Oh my god, the Ink Demon returns.
This person also answered our questions, I see.
Alright. Well, it would appear that I get to answer some questions. Let's see. My favorite background/place from the base game would be the club room. The reason why I didn't pick the floating classroom is because that's where Monica dies, or more accurately, I, as the player, have to kill the one I love. My favorite fan-made background/place would have to be the main character/MC's living room. It's just so useful. Also, Cybro, hi! Haven't seen you in a bit. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. One stream too late for the follower special, but still, hi, nice to see you. As for why I started playing the game back in around April of 2020, I found myself bored due to quarantine. I then decided to look at some famous indie games that have come out over the years for nostalgia. I noticed that DDLC was the one I haven't seen anything of, and decided to watch a let's play of it. I then found playlists of mods, and that would be my form of entertainment for the coming months. Seeing you guys will always bring a smile to my face. Ever since I played DDLC for myself, getting the good ending first time around a few months back, I have played new mods for myself and wouldn't spoil the rest of the content from them until I witnessed it firsthand. After hearing Monica's response, I would bring my version of Monica from MAS to my reality, Monica After Story, but if I could merge memories, that would be even better. But I wouldn't reject a harem of just Monicas. Oh no, imagine a Monica harem. Too many just Monicas. Now a silly question for you all. Well, this question may be obvious for some of you, so you're in the MC. If you had to have a picture of someone on a body pillow, who would it be? My pick is Monica. Monica After Story is really lovely. But why not get all the different mod Monicas? Christmas was so lovely. Ah, I can imagine. Having an episode come out today only made my birthday better. Now I just have to worry about the government coming after my well-earned money due to taxes. Natsuki helped me overthrow this blasted hierarchy. Being 18 is weird in and of itself, as I can drink legally, and I can own a place of residence if I want. For now, I think I'll just keep working my job and hopefully find a way to bend time and space, or whatever people do when they are bored nowadays. You guys are the coolest group of people I have ever met, and I hope that I never have to see you all fade to something as simple as obscurity to the next big thing. As a matter of fact, so long as I live, I will make sure you all stay as relevant as you are now. I shall make sure of it. Till next time, love you all, the Ink Demon.
This person also answered our questions, I see. I guess there's trauma associated with most of the locations in the base game, isn't it? That's an interesting story of how you started playing. I'm so glad we could bring you happiness. And yes, aside from being perhaps Act 3 or Act 4 Monica, I think MAS Monica would need you the most out of all the possible Monicas. I need you too, but at least I'm not dying for it.
And Ink Demon wants to know who we'd put on a body pillow.
Well, isn't that obvious? You, of course.
I'd pick...
Say it. Say Yuri.
Oh, the strongest, most comforting member of the literature club. And that is myself, of course. What could be better than waking up to my own smiling face?
Ah, fair point. Put yourself on a body pillow. Of course, why didn't I think of that? It's so obvious. I should get a Code body pillow. Or I should get a Code-chan body pillow. Me when Doki Doki, am I right, chat? Hey, Debbie! And yes, you are indeed right, chat. You are right. You are right.
Nothing?
As much as I'd love to infuriate Natsuki by saying her body pillows just aren't my thing. I like a lot of space around my legs, especially when I sleep.
Yeah, you guessed right. For me, of course, it would be Sayori. Although snuggling Sayori herself is much better.
I agree with MC, except it would be him instead of me.
What about you, Miss Ida?
Well, I would never own such a tacky thing.
You watch your mouth. But what if you had to, is the question?
Well, if I absolutely had to. They mostly make them with animated characters on them, right?
Right?
Well, let's make it Sebastian Michaels from Black Butler then.
Whoa, deep cut. What do you like about him other than the generic anime hotness?
He's well educated and sophisticated.
That Coach on body pillow not happening today. Who the fuck is that? Miss Ida is a teacher. Specifically the teacher who is now in charge of running the club. Because the student council decided, you know, normally clubs have to have a teacher who watches over them. Each club has to have one teacher mentoring them. It's not possible to have the club run all by themselves. Even though you are a very small club and we've allowed you to do it by yourself so far, we now decide that you too must have a teacher. So Miss Ida is running things. But she's not the club president, that's still Monica. But yeah. There's so many butlers called Sebastian, like the one from Overlord. True, but the one from Overlord is called Sebas-chan. Like, there's a space in there. It's first name, last name. It's not like his first name is Sebastian or his last name is Sebastian. No. You have to split his name in two. But yeah, that is just like the go-to butler name at this point, isn't it?
He seems like he could keep up a very interesting conversation.
And also he's an actual demon?
All relationships involve compromises, Natsuki.
I guess that's true. Next!
Hello, the question thing was a good idea in my opinion. Maybe we could do more in the future. Favorite background / location. I'm assuming the mod backgrounds are also valid answers, in which case your living room is my favorite, and not just because it's Monica. I also love the atmosphere of it and the sunlight coming in through the window. Why I started playing this mod. I honestly started playing just because I heard about the emails thing, and that sounded cool and amazing, which it turned out to be. P.S. Here's a bit of a joke. I also really want to see, or at least hear, Yuri and MC's reaction to this. How is helping Yuri with festival prep in the base game like KFC? It's finger licking good. It's the same for Natsuki though! You also lick her finger! That is just how you prepare for the festival. You can't prepare for a festival unless you're licking someone else's fingers for it. That's how it works, right?
More people answering our questions about favorite in-game location and how they started to play. I'm so glad you like the living room. That's not actually the way it normally looks. I have heavily modified it to be the way it is. I'm glad you like the atmosphere.
Can I prepare for a festival, please? Oh, I see someone wants to. Universe, I beg. Yeah, that's a quote if I ever heard one. Rob should be present. I don't know.
I'm glad you like the atmosphere. I'm also glad you've been enjoying talking to us. It's been fun for us too.
He also has a joke he wanted to tell Yuri and MC in particular.
Natsuki, you don't need to be so smug. You were also involved in the finger licking business. Why us in particular?
You'll see. Why is helping Yuri with festival prep in the base game like KFC? They're both finger licking good? Good times.
Although if I recall, there's also finger licking involved in the Natsuki route, is there not?
Called out! Let's go! Man, all that stuff makes me look so wrong.
You shouldn't worry about it, MC. That wasn't really you. We all know what kind of man you really are.
Thanks, Yuri.
Enough, next!
Oh my god, these are some really long ones today, huh?
More more answers to our questions. And hi, Andre.
Hello everyone, it's Andre again. Don't know really when this letter will get to you, but I'm reading right now letters from episode 22, and since you guys have asked us players questions, I've decided that to take part 2 in answering them. It's not every day your favorite members of the Literature Club ask you questions, so here are the answers to your questions. For Moni, I don't know if it would be a surprise to you, but my favorite background is actually the space room. Surprised? Well, it's the place where I have stayed with you, where I have listened to you and completely have understood you. And more importantly, it's the place where I have completely fallen in love with you, honey. Because after spending all the time with you, I've had a chance to know real you, Moni. As I've said in my first letter, I saw no yandere, no monster, just a girl who felt loneliness, who wanted just to be loved. But also I have seen amazing, funny, beautiful and caring girl who I fell in love with. And yes, I'm absolutely reading it like that is. Playing Osa right now, so I'm kind of not able to listen to everything. So feel free to pass on being quoted. Yes, I'm safe. Safe for the time being. Hentai collection. Luckily they don't know. Oh, you mean when Yuri reached out to his desk drawer that one time? For Sayori. Well, there are 2 reasons, Sayo. First, because the description of the mod said that all the girls have awareness and in some way Club Meetings is considered to be like the sequel to the original game. But the main reason I wanted to spend time with you all of you guys, and especially with Monica, I wanted her to know that I really love her with all my heart. As for the rest of you guys, I consider you my best friends, and I love to spend time with my friends. That's why I keep playing it. I really hope that one day you will find a way to my reality and we all have blast of fun. Damn, oh, he actually has one. Wait, you don't remember? Ooh. But yeah, there was the one time where Yuri was just looking around MC's room and she was absent-mindedly attempting to open a desk drawer, and he immediately reacted to just like, wait, don't look in there. We never found out what was in there, but one can imagine, right? One can imagine. What type of fun? The infinite kind. Now, when we're done with your questions, I want to say something to Nats. Natsuki, I am really sorry for all that happened to your sister. Can't even imagine what you are going through, and I wish I could do something to help you. But all I can do really is support you with my words, Natsuki. My dear and amazing friend, I am here for you, and I am sure all the other players also support you. We all really care for you. Hug you tight. That all for now. Sincerely, your friend, Andre. Happy New Year, my friends. I wish you all the best in 2023. Actually, it's turning 2023 now. Oh my god, we're really behind on this, huh? All the best in 2021, and now it's starting 2020. It's really, wait. It's really turning 2023 in a few days, isn't it? Oh no.
More answers to our questions. And hi, Andre. The space room is a strange choice, but I definitely understand why you're going for it. I'm glad I'm so special to you, of course. It's nice that you like to spend time with us. We like having you here. But are we really your best friends? I mean, it's one thing for MC to be my best friend. We live together in this weird place. But you live out there in the big real world. I'm glad you care for us so much, but I worry that you care for us too much. You'll have the same kind of pain that Monica does. And there won't even be a reason for it, because we're not even real to you.
Anyway, the next part is for me. Well, Andre, it all worked out, of course, thanks to Monica. She really did me and Fuyuki a solid with that one. Fuyuki is completely passed out right now and also has no idea about the simulation, but I'm sure if she knew, she'd be really thankful too. Thanks for the love, hope your 2021 is going great. Next!
There's a question for everyone. If you're in an RPG, what class are you gonna pick? Example, warrior, mage, etc. Shuntaro.
Man, we've gotten a lot of these questions, but so far they've just been asking one of us what all of us would be. So now you get to pick for yourselves.
I definitely want to be some kind of archery class, like a ranger or something. I like the idea of hitting people with arrows from far away. I would be... I'd definitely like to be like either support character or like summoner. Like a summoner would definitely be nice. Just, you know, being able to just lay back, let all your minions do your bidding for you. And hey, if you can combine it maybe, Summoner plus Support class, summon a bunch of creatures and buff them with, you know, support spells. That would be a really nice combo. I think that would be what I would be going for. You should play I should play more Terraria, I'm fully aware. But yeah, that's what I would do, like RPG rules or Isekai rules or whatever. Summon a bunch of minions, buff them with support spells, let them do the work. And focus my own stats mainly like on the more defensive end, so I can survive hits. And not have that much, and just not that much offense. Because I don't need offense if I have minions. Like the idea of hitting people with arrows from far away.
I would definitely be what everyone has been picking for me, a healer class. Being able to make my friends feel better with magic sounds wonderful. I too will lean into other people's expectations and choose a mage. I've gotten so used to warping reality that I might as well keep going with it.
Fighter class? Barbarian. Something that gets the fuck in there. With as many horrifying melee weapons as possible, please and thank you.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Though everyone doubtlessly expects me to pick a knife-wielding class, I too would be a mage. The idea of manipulating reality through the power of knowledge and long study is appealing to me for obvious reasons. Empowerment for book readers at last.
What about you, Miss Ida?
Oh, I'm not sure. I suppose a paladin or lancer is something else where I get to wear a lot of armor and ride a horse. The armor so I don't get hurt, and the horse because I love horses.
That makes an incredible amount of sense, Miss Ida. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving on.
What next?
We've been over this, Yuri. You have to mix it up to keep the bit from getting stale.
Oh, of course, how could I forget?
Reminds me of drawings? What kind of drawings? I made about war. Characters. Okay. Why the slow talk there with the dots?
Moving on.
Hello again, everyone. I have a question for you all. I've been thinking about the events of the main game. Monica and her epiphany was of course the reason for all the terrible things that happened, and she has taken steps to rectify this to the best of her ability. However, putting all the blame on her is probably unfair. Dan Salvato has after all created your world with the intent that the events of the game should unfold in a certain way. There's also someone else who might be partly responsible. If a player plays the game knowing that terrible things will happen to the characters, is he not responsible for them? After all, without my input as the player, none of it would happen. What do you guys think? Is the player part of the problem? There's one more thing. I have written a poem for Yuri. It was my intention to do that the first time I wrote, and now I have gotten around to it. I want to hear what Yuri thinks of it, but all of you others might chime in if you have something to say about the poem. Here it goes. Knight, Mage, Paladin, Samurai, custom name, Gladiator, and Dark Knight. Ooh, okay.
And I suppose you guys also have some of the moral responsibility if you played it knowing we were capable of feeling things and that the game would make us suffer. But most players didn't know any of that. Really, I guess I'm just glad we're all here now. And I'm grateful to everyone who got us here, even if the road was a little bumpier than it needed to be. Yuri, do you want to critique the poem?
Sure.
In the evening, the amber glow of lamplight shines. I see through the chaotic rifts betwixt our worlds. There she stands, so close to me, separated only by the very fabric of reality. Struck by a devastating violet gaze, I reel, and never-ending sorrow find me. For never do a mortal's hand hold that of those eternal. Only in the dreams of inane fools will I ever be with you in the Olympian fields of Ambrosian jasmine bloom. Alas, never to lean my head upon your lustrous bosom in a warm embrace. To taste the sweet nectar of Eden's fruits from quivering lips. Oh, if only I could hide my face forever in the lush purple tendrils which frames your features. How happy I would be. Always shielded from petty strife and worry. For once my eyes have feasted upon your radiant visage. All around, only you I see. On the earth, in the stars, and in the ether, you. I throw myself toward you, in uneducated ebullience. Like Icarus toward the sun, I fly, but I can never reach you. What would I not give to be always where you are? What would I not ask to be with you forever, or take your place and set you free? As you are trapped, so am I in my own way. Though days grey and monotone, I struggle as the years go by, until the angel dressed in black points his finger, the dirge sound and lamplight flicker dies. I hope you really like the poem, despite the fact it's a little overly affectionate maybe. Robespierre. Yeah, I didn't think it would be you, but it's not me, or I was drunk, which is unlikely.
It is indeed a little affectionate, yes. Then it becomes rather grim. I would say that you have a very rich vocabulary, and it's used quite beautifully. Remember that vocabulary should always be in service of something, though. You can't just throw fancy words around for the sake of it.
Oh wow, words I thought I'd never hear from you.
But be careful with your fancy words. Ambrosian Jasmine Bloom, for instance, is a little excessive, perhaps. Also to focus on the things that can be improved, rather than the poem's many strong points that need no improvement. Be careful with your analogies. Recall the point of the fable of Icarus, for instance. The point of that story was not that he could not quite reach the sun, but rather that he was carried away with the hubris of flight and plummeted to his doom. The analogy so mostly works since he did, in fact, never reach the sun.
And Rob, the resub again. Thank you for 9 months at this point. Is it still just showing that for you? I mean, it still counts, and I probably still get the money for it. And I really do appreciate it in any case. Thank you so much.
But you might want to select an analogy where the point is that they try but never reach the goal, since that is the crux of your poetic statement. Sisyphus comes to mind from the Greek canon, but overall I would say the poem is quite good. Keep at it, Robespierre.
And next.
So that wasn't around a bit. I was doing a fast test stream. Ooh, might you be going live? I might have to check. What would you even be streaming next? I mean, I haven't watched a lot of your stream. I've tuned into like 1 or 2 of them sometimes. I of course know you play FNF. I didn't really check what else you played.
And next.
Hello, Monica! I was wondering what you would think if your dream was reversed and so, the player went into your reality. Flashbacks intensify. I know that at least for me, I would actually prefer that. I'm the type where I would rather be happy even if I know something is fake. Which is why I love when I can lucid dream. I don't have too much in my lifetime at all, and a lot of it is bad. But even in the base game, I was always wondering how I would interact with each of the girls in the club if I was actually there in MC's situation, before everything went right. Just Monica. Yeah. Just out of cancer. I mean, that's fair. She has a lot on her plate right now, but maybe eventually she could be trusted. Though again, I'd be very cautious. I don't think too many people should know. In my opinion, personally, I think it's best that only the actual members of the club know. Miss Ida technically counts as a member somewhat because she's the teacher in charge of the club, but yeah, I don't think Natsuki's sister should know personally. My opinion at least. But Neon and Rob both seem to agree. Obviously, all of you have a ton of problems, but unlike me currently, you have a close group of friends to help cope with those problems and just hang out, so you're a pun not intended. And have fun with. I would love something like that, and I would honestly be more used to how you are now, even though I'm sure you would be beautiful either way. That's because the biggest question, no matter which direction it happened, would be if we would look the same as now, if the player would turn anime, or you would look realistic to fit it. All of that, and if the player were to go into your world, you would still have the same world and people you're used to, and still have control, I'm assuming, which you said you were afraid of being without. I also wouldn't mind you being in control. Winky face. Okay, sorry, but I couldn't resist. Anyway, what are your overall thoughts about if this situation were to happen? Again, what type of fun? Just fun. Again, the I wouldn't mind you being in control, winky face. Definitely is implying something.
I'd say you should be careful what you wish for. You wouldn't know how terribly constricting it feels until you're in here. It's not just the feeling of knowing it's fake, or being aware that you're dreaming. It's much worse than that. Or at least it used to be for me. No, there's a much bigger feeling than being physically trapped. It's pretty awful. So while it would be nice to have you here, it's something I'd say you should be very cautious about. The other way around would be much better.
Next!
So from my email, you go and search, I guess.
Oh, oh, oh! Oh, ho, ho!
Well, everything is just happening at once now. Sayori MC, hope you had fun in the closet. Yuri, good job with confronting your feelings about the one you love. Monica, you shouldn't feel bad about not being able to save for Yuki. You did your best, and that's all that matters. But she did save for Yuki. What are you talking about? She absolutely did it. Natsuki, I think you will receive some more sympathy than you want for your loss. Can't even say I know how it feels or I know what you're going through. Just know along with the little club I'll be there for you. So, Miss Ida is now aware. I don't know if that means she's going to start reading emails along with the rest of the club, or if she's handling this well at the time of writing this. So hopefully you guys will be able to ease her into what she found herself to be a part of. Till next time, love you guys. Natsantuki? What? What do you mean Natsantuki? Did I misspeak? I absolutely mean Natsuki.
Okay. The closet, huh? Care to explain, you guys?
We did not do anything in a closet. Nope. The emailer must be confused.
Monica, truth check?
Sayori is technically speaking the truth.
Technically? Oh ho!
Oh, Santa. Now I get it. That's Santa's... I get it now. Wow, that took me way too long. Yep, no. She being like the ho ho ho. Yeah, but... I mean, it's a bit past Christmas at this point.
Technically?
Never mind that. Don't you want to hear Yuri's answer to her question?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead, Yuri.
I'm not exactly sure what it is you mean, or what I was confronting precisely, but I thank you nonetheless.
Me up next.
The seductive one? Or what do you mean seductive?
Man, fuck loss. I'm feeling totally fine because my friends are magic and they save for Yuki. So I appreciate the sentiment, but I am A-okay.
Yep, I'm here, and a part of things now, my friend. I'm handling it about as well as could be expected. It's not too different once you get used to the idea, honestly. Although it is extremely disorienting and somewhat distressing to be club president. Poor Monica must go through a lot. But thank you, I also am doing well.
Next!
I was surprised by what happened in episode 23, and now I had, speak past tense, because this will be seen in the future, to wait an entire week just to respond to it. I assume Miss Ida, am I spelling her name wrong? I have that problem. Is part of your group, or that she's aware. Monica, always the beautiful leader, ever tried playing modded Skyrim? Natsu would probably play it. But if not for you I recommend it. as you have a lot of control over what happens based on the 5 gigs of mods you download. Religion, better powers, need I go on? Heck, make your own mod if you wish. It will let everyone see the already obvious, beautiful mind you possess. And have you tried ever making a character into the world you live in? Maybe not make him/her sentient or aware at first. Are we talking about literally creating life? I'm not sure if you want Monica to do that.
Yep, I'm here and aware. So glad so many of you were concerned about that, Monica.
Sorry, you're not a big Skyrim player, maybe Natsuki. I know Yuri likes to watch people play Skyrim, but for me, just not my scene. I really don't want to just create a new character in our simulations just like that. For one thing, I might screw it up and do something awful, but even if I didn't, that's a crazy responsibility to make and maybe an abuse of my power. I'm not sure I'd feel right about myself if I did that. Besides, we have enough great people in here already, don't you think?
Speaking of beautiful minds, Yuri, my friend known as Dry, he's a fictional character that lives in my head with the 200 or more that exist in there. He wants to know if you've tried choose your own adventure books. I should also mention he says he's your super fan. Ah yes, the imaginary friend coming in, huh?
I thank your friend for his appreciation. I have tried the occasional choose your own adventure book, yes? They're okay, I suppose. I end up just reading all the possible storylines, though. It really seems to be more of a game or narrative experience that would be best shared with friends. For me, though, nothing beats just a normally written adventure.
And universal question, do you guys like any type of fast food? Even if it was only once. Are you at 1, 2, 3? I'm still on part 2.
Fast food opinions go. I like all kinds of fast food.
So Yuri lives on fast food.
So do you.
I agree, chicken nuggets is the way to go when it comes to fast food. Not as bad as you, though.
More than I should, but I try to stay away if I can.
Yeah, me too. I don't even like it. But sometimes it's been a long day and you need something quick for cheap. I detest fast food of all varieties. I will eat it if I must, but I strongly prefer food with more effort and care.
Yuri wants her organically sourced artisan, quinoa, whatever.
Yes, that is a more sarcastic way of summarizing my view.
Excellent.
Proud to call you my friends, even though we've never met. MC, stay handsome. Even if I'm a guy, yeah. No homo, though. So Yuri, stay cute. Monica, stay beautiful. Always your super fan. Yuri, keep having a beautiful mind and see the movie A Beautiful Mind. It's great. Also try says hi. Natsuki, you stay the strong-willed and great person you are. If Miss Ida is there, then hello. No further comment for her.
Thank you for the well wishes, bud.
No to try.
Thanks for remembering me.
Next.
Greetings and salutations, Literature Club. My name is Jack, and I've been following your exploits and misadventures ever since I stumbled upon the summer episode on one of the DLC mod websites. I cannot tell you how amazing it is to be part of the crazy shenanigans that you all get up to each week. Also, whether it was deliberate or not, depending on the context of analysis, it was very clever leaving off this last week's meeting with such a massive cliffhanger. I won't ask for spoilers, but consider me every shade of intrigue to see how this season ends. Anyway, I do have a few questions for the club. I will try to keep them as concise as possible, though. Do forgive me if I get a bit wordy.
Now, let's see here. Looks like another long one, and another one written right near the end of the last semester.
For MC, have you had any existential crises since becoming a fully realized character in a dating sim-esque game, since your case is so unique as compared to the rest of the club? I don't remember if you have answered this before, but I would assume that there would be an occasional nightmare about your own existence, at least early on. What is your favorite anime-based video game? Games like Genshin Impact are included. Nazi can answer this as well. I just got done replaying DBZ Kakarot, so it's on my mind.
MC, you're up.
No, I don't really feel too weird about the whole existence thing. I guess my situation is pretty unique, so maybe that's part of it. But really for me, I'm just glad to be alive. And here. It's better than not existing at all, you know? Fortunately, I don't really have that many nightmares anymore. When I did have nightmares, it was never about just existence stuff. It was always about the terrible things that happened to the girls, especially Sayori. I've had a lot of nightmares about that day.
MC,
Sayori, it's okay, it's not your fault, and I don't have the nightmares almost ever anymore. I'm very happy because of you.
Oh, okay.
Anime games are tough. They kind of hit or miss.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Unfortunately, as you know, Natsuki, they do miss. So if you mean anime-style video game, I guess I'd say Doki Doki Literature Club, since I live in it. But if you mean other than this one, I guess Valkyria Chronicles? I'm not a huge fan or anything, but it's a fun game. And there aren't a ton of really great anime games out there, sadly.
True. Alright, next part of this is a long one. Next part of this long one.
For Sayori, I know you said that you haven't played any VR endgame other than DLC, but have you considered playing You and Me and Her, a love story? It seems to have been one of the games that inspired the DLC, and I think it has a really good story. Also, have you considered playing any of the community-made mods for the DLC? There are a lot that are really good that I think you would like. If you do, please avoid the Fati mod, as I think it would be counterintuitive to the mental health progress you have made. If you could choose one dessert/treat to keep and the others would disappear forever, which would you choose? Cupcake, cookies, cupcakes, chocolate candy, or ice cream? Ooh. Gonna say out of those, keep the ice cream, because ice cream comes in many different flavors. Technically, cookies and cupcakes kind of too, but I'd say keep the ice cream.
I'm not super interested in visual novels other than living in one. Honestly, they kind of bore me just clicking through a bunch of text. I'm sure a lot of them have really fun stories, but it's not game-like enough.
Sayori's game brain demands a lot of flashing colors and rapidly moving objects.
Yep. Don't worry about Amofati though, I'm not gonna play that. The guy who made it actually directly told me not to. Let's see. If I could only keep one dessert, it would have to be cookies. I have all the other stuff, but a nice crunchy and chewy cookie is perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but cupcakes though?
You're just saying that because you make them.
True, and also does not stop them from being the best.
Yuri! No, Yuri, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop! Don't! It's in part 3, pretty far. So we might not get to it today. Videos or even play the... I cannot read that email. I am sorry, I literally can't.
I have played that mod and I thought it was wonderfully touching. I strongly recommend it to anyone playing this right now. As you suggested, it's dangerous to tamper with the past, especially if you are content with your present as I am.
Again, this is bullshit.
Despite all that has happened, I would not wish to alter my present, so I do not think I would alter my past. Even the ugly times in our lives have their purpose in making us who we are.
I'll try to read some of it. Videos or even play the DDLC mod at Castle Walls. It is one of my favorite DDLC, does the best job of portraying you as the wonderful person you are, faults and strengths and all. Literally cried while playing both endings because the mod creator was a freaking genius and wrote exceptionally compelling Avel back in time. Rob, stop it! I am trying to read a very shitty email right now. Back in to any point in your life, or back to the events of DDLC and had the chance to, would you do so or would you leave it as is? I've thought about a lot, especially if I would go keep my parents from going through with with their divorce when I was 8 years old, but I can't get to the past. You know what, I'm just gonna ignore you now. Past would be a good idea. Also, it is a fairly used trope in sci-fi and fantasy novels. It's always something that is fascinating to see play out. There. Glad I read that before that changed.
Natsuki time, let's go!
Yuri's the only asshole in the group. Got it. Yuri's the only asshole in the group who refuses to let us read. For Natsuki, have you checked out the channel Epic Mealtime on YouTube? It has the over-the-top theatrics and love of food that I know is right along with your interests. Would you ever consider going truffle hunting, given its reputation as a delicacy in the kitchen? I would assume that the idea has been considered, if not already acted upon.
I hadn't seen this guy prior to you talking about him, but I can see why you like him. He's funny. Very in your face, very brash, I like him. My favorite cooking YouTubers are Wiseegg and Babish, but this guy could definitely join the list. We'll see how well after I binge some more of his content.
And see, you know the thing about Natsuki, Natsuki could have been here. Natsuki could have been here because she isn't even blocking the text. Natsuki isn't even blocking the text, and she still had the decency to wait for us to read first, unlike Yuri, who with her massive body knew full well she was gonna block the text, and she was like, nope, not giving you the chance to read. Fuck you, player. Yuri has heard you through the screen, made you unable to read an email. Yeah.
Oh, and K's cooking? You can't neglect the absolute cooking master that is K. Truffles are a cool ingredient, but to hunt them seems like a lot of work. A lot of outdoors work. So I might try it once, yeah, but I probably wouldn't want to do it as a job or anything.
Natsuki gets very ill if she comes within 10 meters of a group of 5 or more plants growing in soil, you see.
You done?
I am indeed done.
Moving on then.
For Monica, what are your thoughts on the VN You and Me and Her love story? And specifically of the character Miyuki Sone. Something that seems to have inspired the creation of all of you, and specifically Miyuki being the inspiration for you in particular. I'm really curious as to your thoughts on it. What exactly would it take for you to consider fully giving up your ability to read and manipulate the game script and game code? I'm sorry if this is a difficult question to answer, but I think it would be an interesting concept to consider, and I think it would help keep you grounded and show off yourself in a way.
My turn. Yes, Miyuki and I are a bit different though. She's very much more the jilted lover who feels pain and jealousy because of her feelings. She's mad that the player didn't choose her and feels led on. That's why she gets very brutal with what she does. She's angry. I was never really angry except when you deleted me briefly. I was desperate and afraid, not angry. You'll note I never really directly killed anyone in the visceral way she does, and she doesn't seemingly feel trapped in her virtual environment or really want to get out, whereas I, though less angry and jealous, felt awfully trapped. And I used my self-awareness as a part of the plot in the game to try and manipulate it while it was running. So I'm very much more meta, I guess you could say, but both of us are hardly the first game character whose gimmick was game awareness, of course. Anyway, as to your other question, I'd gladly give all my game power up if I could get rid of the one cost that it comes with, game awareness. If I could just forget about all this stuff and become a normal high school girl again, I'd do that in a second. But as long as I have the curse, it seems only fair that I have the power that comes with it, I would say. Plus, I've been able to do some good with it, and that feels nice. So we'll see. For now, I don't really have a say in the matter.
For the whole club.
Okay, a few quickfire questions for everyone. Is the club presidency like the Force, Monica? Alright, let's see.
I know in one of the past episodes, Monica, I believe, had demonstrated the ability to sense the location and feelings/emotions of individual club members. For anyone who has seen or knows enough Star Wars, do you think that the club presidency powers could be analogous or partially analogous to that of the Force in Star Wars? Seeing that ability had my little nerd heart theorizing, and I figure it would be interesting to know your thoughts on it. Ah, yes, you mean the whole I sense a disturbance in the Force kind of thing. What weapon or tool would each of you use to defend yourself against a horse-sized duck? You would die if a horse-sized duck was aggressive at you. Would you use the same tool or weapon if you had to face 100 duck-sized horses? What superhero do each of you think you are most like? What superhero do you think each of the club members is like? You can choose from Marvel, DC, Image Comics, anime, etc. I'd throw bread. You know what, that is fair. Gain the duck's favor. That is the only way to win, by gaining the duck's favor. And if you manage to gain the duck's favor and team up with the duck, oh, the power you would wield. Goku versus Superman. And finally, who would each of you recommend reading the works of if I wanted to get better at writing poetry? It can be the author themselves or specific pieces / collections.
You can definitely tell a lot of things remotely about the present, and if you know the code, you can figure out things about the past. And with code, you could also do telekinesis and other force tricks, I suppose, but really I wouldn't say they're that similar.
Yeah, you can defend against 100 duck-sized horses with the duck. Yes, perfect.
Horse-sized duck's weapons and duck-sized horse weapons?
Knives for both.
I mean, like, wouldn't a gun be best?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a gun too.
Friendship! I would love the horse duckies and the duck horsies, and we would be friends.
See, Sayori agrees with our plan. Gain their favor. Team up. Rule the world. Better question, who would win? An infinite amount of lions or the sun? Again, the lions could never hope to kill the sun. Ever, I think. That is just the thing. The only thing that could happen is, like, since it's an infinite amount, they could if it's an infinite amount, they could constantly reproduce and keep up their population until eventually the sun will die eventually, and the sun by itself can't, like, reproduce. So in the long run, the lions could win as long as they don't go on the offensive. As soon as they go on the offensive, they die immediately. Infinite amounts of lions because the infinite outlast the sun. Yeah, the lions are infinite. Easy win for the lions. Again, yeah. The long con. Same thought. Yeah, they just can't go on the offensive.
Some really characteristic answers here. If I can't just delete them, I'll join Team Gun.
And I'll create Team Nuclear Weapons solve everything because you didn't say anything about collateral damage.
That is a long team name.
Which superhero do you think every club member is like?
Monica is like Daredevil, Sayori is like Dazzler, Yuri is the Question, Natsuki is Wonder Woman, Miss Ida is Professor X, and I'm Green Lantern.
I don't really know enough about superheroes, sorry.
Neither do I, but I'll say that you're all very heroic in my eyes. MC is very Superman-like.
Right? MC is Superman, Monica is the Scarlet Witch, I'm She-Hulk, Yuri is Nightcrawler, Natsuki is Spider-Man, and Miss Ida, yeah, Professor X sounds right.
Fair. Doesn't matter if the lions go offensive or not, they are infinite. But if they all attack at once, if the infinite amount of lions attack at once... True, they couldn't even attack all at once. They wouldn't have enough space to attack all at once. So even if we tried, yeah, you can't have infinite lions attacking all at once because there's not enough space. In space. You know what? That's a fair point. I think catch up man from Lego Batman 3, damn.
Hey, Mr. Freeze, MC is definitely Superman, Sayori is Iron Man, Miss Ida is Firefly, Nightcrawler does seem like a good fit for Yuri, and Natsuki is Nick Fury.
Nick Fury for... Oh, okay, Natsuki. The badass?
Hell yeah! Monica is Omni-Man, I am Wolverine, MC is Superman, Sayori is Captain America, Yuri is definitely Nightcrawler, and yeah, let's stay with Professor X for Miss Ida.
Oh no. Monica is Omni-Man. Think, MC, think! Why would I be with you if the player is literally right behind the screen? It's so nice having a wireless headset, just chilling and lying on the bed. Yeah, that definitely would help. Not having to get tangled up.
Goku versus Superman is easy. Goku.
Saitama. If that's an option, I vote Saitama too.
Not an option, bud.
Then Goku.
Superman? Superman, I guess.
The question is pointless.
Answer it.
Superman?
Wrong, of course.
Superman.
finally, recommend a poet to read to improve your poetry. Robert Frost, hands down for me.
Holly Gibran.
For me, it's just been the other members of the literature club, so I couldn't tell you.
T.S. Eliot.
Haves.
Emily Dickinson.
Cool.
Thank you for your time and answering all of my questions. I look forward to seeing what crazy adventures you get yourself into. Till next time, esteemed club members, King Jack the First of House Riotek.
Thanks for the questions, Jack. It was cool to talk about poets among other things.
Definitely some excellent questions in there.
Yeah, but now it is time for next.
So hello there. I hope this reaches you all. So yeah, to Yuri, it's cool to see that you're demisexual. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm sure that there are some of us on the other side that are themselves. And it can be nice to see that they aren't alone. I mean, I'm asexual, and I think it's cool to see the other asexual people, because then I know that I'm not alone in feeling like that. Ah yes, Gabe can relate.
Another long multi-part one, Yuri. And it's you first.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear you feel represented. Oh, honestly, it came as a surprise to me to know there was even a word for it, but it turns out there's a whole culture that I'm learning a lot about. Thank you for telling me. I helped you feel less alone. That means a lot to me.
To the whole club, I think. So I read about some SCP tale some time ago, and I can't help but think about how this tale can be compared to the original events of the game. I mean, I'm not saying that I want any of the events of the tale to happen, but still. Oh, and the SCP is called SCP-531-D. While the tale is called Termination Order, but be warned, it is not wholesome in any way. And well, other than that, I wish you all a good day, and I'll see you next week, I hope.
Which one is 531?
Cat statues when I search it.
Oh, yes, the cat statues that exert psychological pressure not to cross their matched view lines.
It doesn't sound too horrifying.
Well, if one is orphaned without a partner to stare at, it'll transmutate someone nearby into a statue slowly over an hour.
That is horrifying.
I don't see what it has to do with DDLC, though.
It's a tale, not the actual SCP. It's 531-D, not 531. Wholesome SCP is something rare. It is rare, but it does exist. Wholesome SCPs do exist. I mean, there's always 999. So, that's a thing.
Oh, wait, I see, it's not an official one, it's a story. 531D is about the people of the house, right? Yeah, I can see how you would see an analogy here. I really like the cat statues, though.
Okay, next one before Yuri talks about SCP entries for an hour.
I just really like the SCP Foundation.
I mean, it is awesome, and you gotta appreciate the lore. Okay, question for all the girls. Have you all played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I hope. I joined the battle. What do you ladies think of Sephiroth? Sincerely, Joshua.
I think he's quite the Bishonen. Very handsome, pretty long hair. I think they mean the game, Monica. I know, I'm just kidding. I'm honestly not good enough at Smash to give you a good opinion. Plus, no one in our group is really good with him, so I wouldn't know how strong he can be. He seemed fun to play when I tried him, though. Yeah, that's basically how I feel. He seems pretty decent, I guess. He definitely doesn't suck. Natsuki, what do you think?
He's okay. A lot of people whine about his balance when he was new, but he's fine. He's a pretty good rushdown character, but the problem is that he has no way to close with zoners, and he's slow compared to the top tier characters. So he's definitely not top tier. I don't think you'll see him in any grand finals anytime soon, but I might be wrong. Maybe someone strong will get good with him and really make him shine. We'll have to see. Thanks for the question.
Hello, here's the thing for Monica. 1. How are you? 2. You're awesome club president. I love you so much. 3. Someone knows about me? Because me not. Thank you so much, Sayori D from YouTube.
Let's see. I'm doing great, thanks. Having a lot of fun at this party. Thanks for saying I'm awesome, I do my best, and somebody knows about me? Because me not? Yeah, sorry, can't figure that one out. But thanks for writing, it's nice to feel appreciated. Next one?
Next one.
Natsuki, I am disappointed that you forgot one of your own memes. I never thought I would see the day where you lost the touch and the power. Well, let me ask you something. Do you ever wonder why we're here?
Ha! Just to suffer? Every night I can feel the emails I've lost. The emails I've clicked through onto their next part. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you?
Damn, do you? Yuri, 92 knives, huh? Beats my one. Do you have a specific seller or do you just buy a knife that looks neat when you see it?
Basically, the second thing you said, I get knives that appeal to me wherever I find them. I have rarely, if ever, bought a knife from the same place twice. Interesting knives are to be found in a lot of different places, it turns out.
So Yuri, would you rather live without cookies or cupcakes? One mustn't exist for the other to live on. A small price to pay for salvation, huh? Neat, that's 2 references in one. She said cookies, right?
Just like the other person who asked, I have to keep cookies. Cookies are just way too good.
MC, I guess the others can chime in on this too if they want. While I am unsure if this topic has come up before, I don't think it has and I'm too busy to check. Have you played Persona 5? If you have, then who's your favorite character? I recently got into the series and as of now I'm waiting for, a month for Persona 5 Strikers to come out. Oh, good question. I really think the Doctor is cool. Takemi? I think her style is really neat. She has a serious punk rock vibe while still being a serious doctor. She's pretty cool. Miss Ida, while I'm unsure you may still be adjusting to by the time you receive this, I hope we the players can help you when it comes to reality to ask. But I think I may have some relatable ones. Has learning about your reality done?
Unfortunately, it hasn't really broadened my understanding of science, really. The sciences I know don't work noticeably different while simulated than they do in your reality. I would be curious to know about the differences in how things work on a quantum level between your universe and mine. It would seem to be impossible for perfectly simulate quantum physics in a universe that itself runs on quantum physics. But I can't think of too many experiments that could suss out those differences. And in any event, I'm just a science teacher, not a research scientist, so I wouldn't be the best person to ask in any event. Still, I'm betting I'll find some interesting differences as I go along.
Monica, hope you have a nice break. I love you and hope that all is well with you guys when you guys come back. Quick question. If I was put into the world of DDLC, would I fit on screen? I'm 6'2", so theoretically, I wouldn't scale well with the rest of you, I think. Damn, tall person here.
Oh, good question. Well, you definitely fit on screen, I can tell you that. You may have noticed that our sprites don't perfectly keep the ratios of our actual heights. Taller people are scaled down a bit and shorter people are scaled up, so that we all are relatively consistent. And we all fit on screen vertically, so if you got in here, you'd probably be a very tall sprite, but scaled down to fit.
Boom, another long multi-part one done. We are burning through these. My process is efficient and rapid.
I don't know about you guys, but I could use another break after the next one nevertheless.
Yes, please.
Alright, one more then.
Alright. Greetings again, Literature Club. I'd rather not be known as that open relationship guy or something. You can call me Max, as that's my name. I have played the base game under not my real name, but that can just be for Monica to know. I'll try not to write as long an email this time. Welcome, Miss Ida. Although you'll need to stop incorporating characters. That's a lot of bodies to make. Anyway, Miss Ida, if given the chance, would you want to come to my world? I assure you it is mostly the same, except the last day of every month water flows uphill, helium becomes super reactive, and the sun opens its eye to glare vengefully upon us with almost as much ferocity as Natsuki at her scariest. Very true, I can confirm that this is in fact accurate. Okay, not really. Fortunately, it seems your simulation mostly follows the same rules as us, so your knowledge of chemistry would still be valid if you were here.
Hi, Max. Fortunately, we don't have to make our own bodies, or that would be troublesome. Yes, I'd be interested in visiting the real world. Probably it wouldn't be too different than what I'm used to, is what I hear about it. But who knows, maybe I'm only saying that because I've never experienced it. It could be drastically different in a way I'll only appreciate if I'm there. But we'll send Monica first, if anyone. She'd be the one to figure out a way to do it if any of us. If ever.
2 questions for everyone. 1. Do any of you like musicals? If so, what's your favorite one and your favorite song? 2. Who do y'all reckon you'd sound like? We heard Monica's voice when she sang, or at least I presume she sounds similar. But don't have anything for the rest of you. What celebrity's voice do you reckon you sound like? It's good information if someone's able to move into our reality. That's all I got for now. Hope you all stay safe and have a good break. Love, Max. P.S. Monica, it meant a lot to me that you were fine with my relationship status, and for your very kind words of encouragement. The second question was already answered. The first one would be you.
Well, we've done the voice thing to death already, so you guys have plenty of information on that by now. What about musicals?
I really like Phantom of the Opera, and my favorite song from it is Music of the Night.
My favorite is Cats, and I like the song My Cavity.
Seriously, MC?
Seriously.
I mean, I've seen some cursed stuff in my day, but Cats is pretty cursed.
Yeah, but it almost knows it's cursed. It makes it amazing.
If you say so. Anyway, my favorite musical is Rocky Horror, and of course, Time Warp is the best song.
That is a surprisingly mainstream choice for you, Natsuki. I have seen few musicals, but the best one I have seen is Sweeney Todd. My favorite song from it is A Little Priest.
On brand.
Indeed.
I've always loved Little Shop of Horrors.
Ah, finally, a name I recognize.
I especially like amateur and school productions of it.
Oh my god, yes, that's how I actually first saw Little Shop of Horrors. Back in my no, but back when back in my school when that happened. Yeah, I first saw Little Shop of Horrors way back when in a school play. And I later watched the actual I later watched like a series version of it. But yeah, it was nice. But at least that's finally one musical I recognize that they name drop in here. Man, I'm really not that big on musicals. I have seen like a small handful. Like the Lion King musical, of course.
I think it's a musical that amateurs can do really effectively, and it's a lot of fun. Les Miserables is hands down my favorite musical, and my favorite song from it is Stars. Such a beautiful song about the beauty of order, which I suppose is also on brand for me, but maybe not as much as Yuri liking Sweeney Todd.
No, indeed it is not.
Indeed, you're starting to copy her vocabulary now.
Look, a lot of people say indeed occasionally. She says it all the time.
Of course, of course.
Anyway, we're gonna take another quick break now, viewers. Catch us for the last part, when we'll do all the rest of the emails that we've got for today. Peace!
Alright, hello Ivanov, welcome to the stream. Hello, 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 welcome. We're making good progress on them emails. We're now on to the final part of the emails. We will not finish it, but we should get a decent bit of the way through it. Alright, let's begin.
So then I was like, nah man, fuck that, it's gotta be energy.
Energy?
Energy, 100% pure energy every time.
I guess that makes sense.
Totally man, totally. Oh, Code's back. Guess that means we should start again? Welcome back. We've got one last batch of emails to get through, and then I think we'll be done with emails for now. But never fear, if your email didn't make it in, it probably will once we start school up again. That said, let's get to it.
I sadly fell asleep and not yet to the poetry. I was thinking of doing the rewrite there, but I wouldn't. But since you weren't there, it didn't feel right to try that. So I did it. So I instead did the 2 requests that I had on the queue. Maybe I'll get to the rewrite another time. We'll see when I try to do that. Alright, to all of you, let's say you guys were just doing your normal club stuff, and then a random portal appeared out of nowhere, and then a human being comes tumbling through it, and then claims to be the player of your game. How would you react? Interesting question. I'd probably shake their hand, welcome them, ask them a bunch of questions about how it happened, and then I'd take them straight to Monica. That is a fair response.
Yes, I take them to Monica too. But first I'd have to apologize for all the awful things we put them through. Me in particular.
Not your fault, Bun.
I know, but still.
I would be very curious as to how it happened. Like everyone else, I would presume they would want an introduction to Monica, but I'd be full of questions about how they did it, and if anything feels different to them. I'd probably also want to know if they could change anything else about our world beyond putting themselves in it.
Everyone has more or less covered it. They'd probably get a firm handshake or a hug from me depending on what I thought their style was. And I'd see if they needed anything like food or water or a place to stay. But beyond that, I don't have much to add to what people have already said.
I'd be concerned about the portal closing and whether it was two-way. Like, could they get back out again if they wanted? Could Monica or the rest of us go through if we wanted? Did they even want to be here? But yeah, definitely they'd need to see Monica at some point.
I would kiss them first thing if they wanted me to.
Wow, straight to the smoochies. No words spoken, just straight up kissing. Okay then.
And after that we'd have so much to talk about, but I try not to have fantasies like that, just makes things hard on myself.
Next email then.
Hello, I am new around in the Stokyverse, so go easy on me. I hope you guys have/had a great break. I hope Miss Ida is getting used to knowing the truth. Anyways, my questions. 1. Have you ever played the Persona series? I think that you might like the themes of the games, although they are usually over 100 hours long, so it might not put her off. 2. Have any of you thought of dyeing your hair? If so, what color? 3. This is more of a request, but I'll ask, could you guys make a crossover mod with Kotawa Shoujo? I think it would be interesting to see you meeting them, in my opinion. Monica would meet Shizune and Misha, Sayori would meet Emi, Yuri would meet Lily and Hanako, Natsuki would meet Rin, MC would meet Hisao, and if you want to join Miss Ida would meet Huto, who is the science teacher in the game. I hope you continue making these episodes for a good while and have a good time. Anyway, I may come back. Alright, in that case I will see you back.
Persona, eh?
I think that, as usual, you and I are the only ones currently enlightened enough to have played Persona, Natsuki.
Of course. I dig Persona alright, but it's a pretty fun RPG like kind of experience. MC's well into it though.
I am. I love 5. Like my answer to the previous email might have clued you in. I'm also interested in that Persona themed DLC mod, Vigilante. Haven't played it yet, but I will. I don't think any of us have ever really toyed with dyeing our hair. I like mine the way it is. And I would freak out if Sayori wanted to dye her already perfect hair.
Ah,
And my hair's staying pink, boss? Sorry, it's kind of my brand. What about you guys?
I'm not changing mine if MC doesn't want me to.
I would never dye my hair.
Me either. I've toyed with the idea before. I have pretty ordinary hair after all. Sometimes I get jealous of Natsuki and Yuri whose hair matches their eyes. So sometimes I think about dyeing my hair green, but that would probably look pretty silly on me. Or maybe blue then, I don't know. But it's definitely something I'm open to. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll ever see a Kotawa Shoujo DDLC crossover. Most importantly, the IP rules for Kotawa Shoujo are very strict. They don't allow modding in the way Team Salvado does. Plus, just thematically, it'd be hard for us to explain to those girls what's going on in the universe. Or in theirs for that matter, they're a visual novel too. Thanks for the email, Nick.
And boom, another one.
Hi Monica, I have more questions for all of you. What would you say your favorite physical thing about the person to your right is? E.g. their hair, their eyes, etc. Would you rather be the most intelligent person in the world or the most funny person in the world? And I dare you to say your best or favorite pickup line to anyone in the room, including the player, Monica. I attached a pic of a drawing I did of Sayori in her yukata from the festival, and I was wondering if you could maybe show it to her. Just look at me, Monica. I have like... There you go. There it is. When the hair and eye color of two different people matches, you know it's true love. Intelligent person, because then I wouldn't know how to be funny. I would also pick intelligence over being funny. Absolutely. Because it's more worthwhile. Yeah, I mean, you can do a lot of stuff by being funny, but being so intelligent, like... Come on, you could solve so many more problems by being intelligent than you could being funny. Yeah, you could entertain people, you could make people laugh and all that, but if you were the most intelligent person, like in the world, that would definitely help you solve some solve some really big issues out there. So, intelligence. If for that, but I'm not sure if I would be able to use it for any good.
A person to your right question.
My intelligence, I can make smart jokes that nobody can understand. Yes. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand Neon Lunarian.
A person to your right question. To avoid favoritism, everyone freeze right where you are. So my favorite thing about Miss Ida is her hair. She has really pretty blonde hair and we don't see a lot of that usually. Plus she has very kind eyes.
I also must compliment Yuri's hair. It's seriously impressive. You guys out there don't know how hard the hair of this length is to maintain, but Yuri does it impeccably and it's very lovely. Thank you, Miss Ida. You may not know it, but MC is surprisingly strong. He's quite capable of carrying Sayori in both his arms. I've seen him do it recently. It was quite surprising. Obviously he's a man and men are generally strong, but MC is much stronger than he appears. It's quite impressive.
I'm really not that strong, especially for a guy. I just have to carry around a backpack full of books all day. Also, Sayori's blushing. Anyway, where do I even start with Sayori? I could talk about what I physically like about her for hours, and not all of it is stuff I should really even say. But since we're keeping it to the absolute favorite, it would have to be her eyes. Those shining, joyous, brilliant blue eyes. Every time I look at them, my happiness just increases.
Thank you, MC. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, Monica time. Monica looks gorgeous everywhere. I kind of want to pick all of her, or at least her whole lower body.
Excuse me? Her lower body. Okay. Monica's lower body is apparently very, very sexy. Too bad we can hardly see that because it cuts off right there.
But I'm going to go for legs. Monica does a lot of leg exercise and it shows. Her legs are very strong and shapely. Strong maybe, but I'm not sure about shapely. Just like Yuri went with MC's strength, I'm going to go with Natsuki's physical strength. Her arm strength in particular, she's like an ant which may be small but can carry weights far greater than itself.
And I punch really hard, as you will find out if you compare me to an ant again.
Yeah, she also punches really hard.
Thank you, Monica. That took a while, so let's quickfire this next one. Funniest or smartest in the world?
Smartest!
Smartest. Smartest.
Smartest?
Smartest.
Smartest.
Ha, unanimity for once.
I mean, if you're that smart, you probably know how to make people laugh, right?
Makes sense. I'm not saying any pickup lines, though. Monica has her favorite dumb pickup line, though. You wanna use that since you have this chance?
Always. So Code.
Oh, here we go. What is it? You already used that one. It's the exact same pickup line as last time. I remember this one. And it's a trick question. You literally cannot decline.
If I asked you to go out with me, would your answer be the same as the answer to this question?
Absolutely yes.
It never gets old. I used that same one in the mod I made last year. I love it because it's recursive. Whether you choose a yes or a no, you've agreed to go out with me.
Yes. Why would you decline? You literally cannot decline the date. If you say no, then that means you go out with her. If you say yes, that means you go out with her. That's how that question works. It's a trick question.
What if they say maybe?
Then you found yourself a keeper.
Damn, okay.
So you wanna see that yukata drawing of you?
Yeah, fan art is awesome. We love fan art.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! They even showed it for everyone to see.
Wow. It looks so awesome.
It really does look amazing.
I love the way you even got that knot on the front done. I look so cool. Thank you, emailer. This means a lot to me, for real.
Well, wasn't that sweet? Next!
So I have a question for both Monica and Miss Ida, now that Miss Ida is in on everything. Miss Ida, how does it feel knowing that Monica made a mod where you are shipped with the player? Monica, looking back, how does it feel knowing that Miss Ida is aware of said mod you made, where you ship her with the player?
Huh. I had not considered this.
Oh shit.
That's pretty awkward, yeah? Don't worry about it, Monica. You guys make silly mods for fun and to cope, and it was totally harmless. Anyway, I wasn't offended. I thought my characterization was pretty accurate. Especially the weird obsession with chemistry in a totally inappropriate situation. Nailed that.
There you have it.
Thank you. Of course.
What's up, Literature Club? Y'all are the most amazing characters throughout the game, especially you, Natsuki. Even though you look cute, sorry if that triggered you. But overall, you're all the best, and I have 3 questions for y'all. To all, which YouTuber do you like to watch and tell me why? To Natsuki, Sayori, MC, and Monica. Have you played Streets of Rage 4? If you haven't, I totally recommend you should play. It's very awesome. Or maybe 4. You guys can play it together. 4 of you guys can play it together. To Yuri, if you went on a nice vacation, which state would you like to visit, and who would you want to bring on the trip? P.S. If you bring all of them, it will be amazing because I love you all. Those are my questions, and continue your amazing summer, y'all. P.S. Natsuki, I also like mangas for this you do.
Wait, didn't we answer this email already?
Yes, but it got sent again accidentally, and I didn't remember that we had answered it before until just now.
Well, what the heck, let's answer it again?
Miss Ida, these first 2 questions I suspect will be more skip questions for us.
So I suspect as well.
I begin to feel a growing kinship with you.
Indeed, as you like to say.
Nerds? Well, I watch all sorts of stuff on YouTube. My favorite YouTuber is probably Babish. I really like the Bar Test Kitchen before they got stupid and blew it all up. And I'm a big Germa fan. Check out his content.
Or gas will fill the room.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I'm a big Germa fan also. But mostly I like to watch random stuff on YouTube. Videos of guys building luxury houses in the jungle by hand in 4 days. Animal videos. Stuff like that.
Yeah, me too. I don't really have favorite YouTubers. I just like to watch stuff randomly that seems cool. I'm interested in VTubers, and my favorite one is Kizuna Ai. And I also love Hacha Mañanas. Like Natsuki, I also like to watch cooking on YouTube. My favorite cooking channel is June's Kitchen, which focuses on Japanese cuisine. Now, what's this about Streets of Rage? I don't know what that is. It's a scrolling beat 'em up game. MC and I played the second one a while back. It was fun.
I hadn't heard about them releasing 4. Finally, when did that happen?
Few months ago, it's on Steam and stuff. It looks super cool, like they bring back all the characters and the visuals are really cool. I haven't tried it yet, so not sure about the gameplay. You and me and Sayori should play it sometime. And anyone else who's interested in the unlikely event they are bored by this they are bored by this video game.
Yeah, I'm out for this activity, but you guys have fun.
We gotta inform them of you. They have to watch me now.
Remind me about this later, emailer, and I'll tell you how we liked it. Last part is for you, Yuri.
China, I think. I'd certainly love to bring the whole literature club.
I think they meant like state in the United States, Yuri.
Oh, well then, I must confess that my American geography is not perfect, but still, I think that California would have to be my choice based on what I know. And again, I would love to bring everyone.
Thanks for the question, Spot. Glad you're a fellow manga nerd. Onward.
Okay, rewinding to season 1. Question for Monica and Natsuki. Part 1 for Monica. Did you remember that the player or me asked that is manga literature, right? Part 2 for Natsuki. You... Oops, my bad. I meant me. Said that on the literature you said something like, I'm busy being a god gamer just now. What game are you playing?
No idea what you mean here, my dude. I don't remember this at all.
Oh, I remember. This was during our last summer break when we were staying together at the water park, and the player asked about whether manga was literature, and I baited them into an opinion on it. And then you walked by and weighed in, and at one point you said you were being a god gamer in the other room.
Ah, yeah, got it. I'm pretty sure we were playing Smash and I was absolutely wrecking people. My skills are unparalleled.
Glad to clear up that critical piece of information.
Totally next.
To whoever, could you try Pizza Tower? It's the best game. P.S. Shaka, I am coming for you and your multiple emails. Oh, okay, that's a threat.
Yeah, I've played Pizza Tower. I thought it was pretty fun. For the next part, it's pretty normal platformer, but it plays very smooth and is fun. I like all the secrets the game has, and the art style is definitely something I'm not even sure how to describe it. Unsettling maybe? Overall, it's nothing extraordinary, but it's definitely worth a play. Thank you for tuning into Natsuki's game reviews.
Sup, Monica, I would like to ask a question and someone talk to them. And I await everyone's reply. Questions, everyone, something, anyone by chance. Out of the game and go to the real world, what would,
This person wants to know about our crushes, how scandalous. And also what we do if we got out to the real world. If I got out, man, I'm not sure. Like Miss Ina said earlier, it'd probably be tough to know if anything was different if you weren't the club president. But probably the first thing I'd do is find a way to get everyone else I care about, from this dumb old simulation through. As to whether I have any crushes, that's none of your damn business. Alright, everyone else hop to it.
Well, of course I have a crush. She's standing right next to me. And believe me, you guys, I've been crushing on this girl really hard for years. I wonder if she's ever noticed me.
Of course I have, silly. And she's obviously my crush too. I think I've made it fairly clear who I have a crush on. Or do I need to stare intently directly ahead some more?
Creepy? What about you, Miss Ida?
Well, not at the moment, I suppose. There was this one guy I had a crush on for a month or two recently, but it didn't work out.
What happened?
Well, I never approached him, and as time passed, I guess the feeling just kind of faded and I realized I didn't really like him that much.
So you never even approached him?
Nope. It's always hard to make the first approach to someone, especially if you're at all a little shy about that sort of thing.
Oh my god, are you shy when it comes to dudes?
Maybe just a bit, but less than I used to be. Anyway, that's my answer, Yuri.
Yes, I have a crush.
Oh my god, who?
The question did not ask who the crush was, only if we had one.
Oh man.
Alright, next part. What would you do if you got out? Go.
Well, like Natsuki said, I'd have to go find a way to get everyone else through. I'd definitely start by taking a look around and seeing where I was. Hopefully I'd still be in the same neighborhood, only real. Otherwise I might be pretty disoriented.
Transdimensional travel would probably make you hungry, so I'd get something to eat first.
Unprecedented levels of on-brandness.
I would hope you would be there, waiting. But if not, I guess I would have to go find you. Hopefully that doesn't come off as too creepy.
I'd be curious to know what reality was like compared to the simulation. Hopefully it wouldn't be too different or disorienting. But I have to agree that the first priority would be to bring everyone else through if I could. Especially poor Monica, who's been trying to do it for so long. I would only stop and sit for a moment. I would take a moment to appreciate it. I would take deep breaths to think to myself, yes, this is reality. Or at least one level higher of reality. It's important in situations like that you take time to appreciate your situation and not just pass by a significant moment like that.
Next!
Oh, now I can read it. Crush on anyone if you had the chance. Yeah, we kind of knew what those were. Advice. MC, if you have any crush on anyone besides Sayori, it's okay to be with her/him, but keep an eye on Sayori. The last time Sayori hanged herself. But if you like Sayori, it would be much better. What even is that? It's pretty obvious that MC likes her.
Oh wait, this is the same question, but it just has different parts for each of us. Looks like your first MC?
Yeah, I'm well aware of what happened last time. But I definitely don't have a crush on anyone but Sayori. So, don't worry, I guess. Monica, please don't presume your club members anymore. Please don't pressure your club members anymore. I understand you are doing your best to make them happy and part of the club, but pressuring would make things worse. Tell them that if there is a problem, they can always come to you for support. By the way, stop being dense, because you never know when someone bad happens, like someone bad happens, like Sayori's depression.
This one confuses me as well. Do I pressure you guys? I'm not sure what they're talking about here. Me either, it kinda seems like they're talking about me. You're a really good club president and a great friend. And lately you've been super nice to everyone all the time. And you are the pillar of the literature club. Oh, alright, I get it. You don't need to make me cry.
Sayori, I understand that you've had depression for years. But look at the people around you. You always give them happiness. But what about you? Your happiness isn't something to be angry about. You let people lean on you for support, but you also need a shoulder to lean on. You must let yourself be happy for once. Remember this. You are one of the most selfless people everyone knows. You always consider people's happiness before yours. It's time for you to finally rest and lean on others' shoulders.
Yeah, I get this one. Leaning on learning to be more selfish has been a thing I've had to do in therapy. It still feels weird to say that. Like, it just feels wrong to even think about it. But I guess that feeling is just what I'm supposed to be working on. Anyway, try not to worry too much about me. You don't know I don't like other people worrying about me. Plus, I have lots of people to lean on. I just need to get better at actually using them to lean on when I need to. But I've been slowly getting better at it over time.
Yuri! I know you cut yourself, but hear me out. Please stop. This isn't healthy and you know it. I know you just feel like cutting, but soon cutting won't give you pleasure or happiness anymore. Just trust me on this one. One time I felt like cutting or trying to accidentally get a wound. It made me happy, but even if I did this, I would always see my parents getting worried sick about me, and made me have pity on them. Let me ask you, would you rather happiness from taking your life or happiness from someone you love and truly care about?
I'm not taking my own life. I'm not suicidal, you know. Self-harm is not the same thing as suicidality. But other people worrying about me is a good argument, and one I try to remember when I think about cutting, which I do a lot less these days, I am pleased to report. But still, if you're right and soon cutting won't give me any pleasure or happiness, then I guess that'll make it really easy to stop entirely, won't it?
Natsuki! I get that you have problems with Yuri because you prefer simplistic writing over sophisticated writing, but the thing is, no matter how you or anyone writes, everyone's writing is on the same level. And you, of course. I hope this helps. Hayashi.
Whoa. Everyone's writing is not on the same level. For instance, mine is strictly superior to everyone else's. The clarity, the forcefulness, the impact. My poetry is totally unrivaled. Now that doesn't mean that the other club members' poetry is bad or wrong, or that even overly wordy, confusing poems like Yuri's can't be good. It just means that mine are better.
Wow, thank you for that entirely honest self-reflection on your poetry.
spitting straight facts.
Naturally.
Next!
Hello Monica, it's a pleasure to meet you. So, could you check this mod called The Fruits of the Literature Club? There is this one girl called Izuki, and is an ex-girlfriend of MC in the mod. If you meet Izuki, what would you, Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki, and MC do? I'll be awaiting your reply, thank you, Hayashi.
Yuri, did you play this one?
I did not.
Anyone else? Looks like I'm the only one who did. It's more or less a straight rip-off Fruits of Grisaya, the original visual novel, but just with us substituted in. That doesn't mean it's bad, it's pretty faithful to the source material, but you know, we're a literature club. We don't really fit into that IP in my opinion. I'm not sure what we'd do if we met Izuki. I would certainly try to be polite to her at least, not sure how things would play out if those universes merged. Anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Aren't you going to say next at a ridiculous volume?
Natsuki's voice lowers to a whisper.
Next.
Alright, what do we have here? Quick warning, this turned out to be way longer than I had anticipated. I apologize for rambling and partially venting, I suppose. Also be prepared for how many things I have wrong with me, lol. So hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Also I apologize if this seems too formal or messy or both. I'm glad I'm able to ask you all about things I'm interested in, as I wouldn't feel comfortable with casually mentioning all these subjects in real life to anyone, which is annoying. Anyway, I'd like to ask a few things. For obvious reasons, this is aimed at Yuri, but everyone else can answer too, if they'd like to. So, I have struggled with self-harming tendencies for the past few years now, and like to ask you something about it. As of recently, I have again been struggling with resisting the temptation of it, and I haven't for months now, so I'm proud of myself for something for once. But I'd like some advice, if you have any, on how I can keep it up, as I would like to not do things like this again. On top of that, I don't want to have someone close to me betray my trust again and tell someone I was not, and never will be, comfortable with disclosing this to.
Looks like this is going to be another long multi-part one. I'm gonna go get a snack real quick. Anyone want anything?
I'll take some of whatever snack you're getting.
On it?
It is very difficult to continually resist the temptation, I know. It helps to have people motivating you not to, people around you who care about you and want you not to. That's what helped me so far, although it's been an imperfect solution at best. I'm afraid I don't have any advice to you about whatever happened with your trust being betrayed. I do not know the circumstances, and even if I did, I'm not sure what advice I would have to offer but to choose your friends carefully. But hopefully you already knew that.
Question 1. Can any of you solve a Rubik's Cube? I can, and myself down. I'm also aware that it's strange to solve one when I'm nervous. I've gotten looks from people, suppose it's like Yuri and her books, as I bring it everywhere with me.
I can solve a Rubik's Cube if you can give me enough time. I don't have the system down like Yuri does though, so it takes me a while, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Yuri can solve them pretty fast though. What's your fastest time, Yuri?
1 minute 30 exactly.
Impressive.
Well, I had something of a fortunate layout, and even that time isn't really that fast. I'm trying to improve still.
Question 2. I'm just wondering, as I'm an individual with autism/Asperger's and Tourette's, if anyone in the club has anything like this, or mental illnesses in general other than depression. I'm not trying to be nosy or anything, just wondering, as I felt like it would be nice to know that someone I look up to and or aspire to be, can relate to such a level, on such a level as that.
Sometimes people ask me if I am on the autism spectrum, but I do not seem to qualify as being on it. Even if I do seem to be able to relate very well to people with autism, I have some of the features or symptoms, or whatever you would like to call them. you know Miss Hirayama, the calculus teacher? She has ASD, and she and I get along very well. I understand how she thinks. To be honest, I kind of admire it, so I don't think any of us here in the literature club have anything on the autism spectrum, but Miss Hirayama does, and I sort of understand the mindset without having a diagnosis, I suppose. As far as I know, no one in the club has any other mental illness other than serious depression. We might all have a bit of a post-traumatic stress from the festival incident, especially MC. He still has nightmares after all. But for the most part, we're about as mentally healthy as you could expect for an average group of high schoolers. Thank you for the question.
Question 3. How do I deal with having severe antisocial tendencies? I am talking about it being at the point of literally being 16 years old and completely refusing to go into college unless my mom comes with me, because I'm absolutely terrified at the mere concept of talking to the bus driver to ask for a bus ticket. Also, due to this, I don't have any friends at college, and I basically don't talk to anyone there unless I'm forced to work as partners. Even then, it's not much that I say to them. Or if they are the staff. But I'm okay with this for pretty much the entire time, except for rare occasions.
You wanna keep going with this one, Yuri? Seems like your kind of question to answer.
Yeah, that sounds like a serious problem. I wonder if anxiety has something to do with it. Like, do you just not really feel like it, or do you feel fear and panic when you consider the possibility of social interaction? It's very common at your age to have that kind of fear and anxiety, but it does seem extremely severe for you. To be honest, it seems like the kind of problem you might want to consult a professional for. It's just like, if your leg didn't work, you'd want to go see a doctor. If your social mechanism is broken, you should see someone who specializes in that, especially if it's limiting your ability to function in daily life. It would be one thing if you could just wanted to be alone and didn't like social interaction, but being frozen in your life because you can't interact with people is much more problematic, so my recommendation would be to reach out for help from a mental health professional. They might be able to give you advice that's beyond my expertise.
Another question for the whole club. As we cannot hear your voices apart from Monica's chosen canon voice, what impression of you guys have you heard and discovered that you are in fact either extremely close or perfectly identical to on how you all sound? Whether that be a video where someone is singing, speaking, or both / either one. Again, this question has come up quite a bit already.
Another voice question? We've answered this one a few times already, so I'm just going to go past this one. Hopefully you guys have enough of an idea what we sound like from the earlier emails about it. Moving along.
So the last question for the whole club. Do you all know what countries your names originated from? Mine originated from Greece, apparently. I just find it to be an interesting fact to know about yourself.
Oh, let me break it down for you, bud. Now, Natsuki, that's a Japanese name. Sayori, also a Japanese name. Yuri is a Japanese name, although you find it in other places too. MC is a weird self-assigned acronym that doesn't stand for anything, and is an artifact of us existing in a simulation and having a protagonist character who merges with the player.
You know, traditional name stuff. Yep, I agree, traditional name stuff.
Yeah. What about you, Monica? Yours is the only one that I don't know where it comes from.
It's Latin or Greek, if you trace it back. It tends to be an Eastern European thing more than anywhere else, especially with the spelling. But of course, the reason my name is Monica is not because I'm Eastern European, or am I supposed to be Eastern European descent? It's solely for the Japanese pun. Ika in Japanese means squid. Yet another small hint to the player that something is wrong with me. Like the black tights. Anyway, let's keep the mood high. Next part.
Okay, for the next club. For the whole club. I'm glad you are all accepting of transgender individuals, as I was hoping that you all were. It also helps a closeted pan-romantic trans guy like myself to look up to you all more, as well as feeling better about my existence as who I am.
Hey, bud, don't sweat it. I mean, it's really easy for me because my sister's trans after all, so I have a lot of experience. Hang in there and know that lots of people love you. And would love you for who you actually are.
the actual question for Natsuki, but anyone can input their thoughts. I'm very curious. What was it like for your sister to come out as a trans woman? And you dealing with that? I'd like to know, as obviously I will never be able to see situations like that from that sort of perspective. What were your thoughts at first, your initial reaction? Anything that can actually help me see what it's like from the perspective of being a sibling, and then the only trans person in your family comes out to you. I am the only trans individual in my family that I'm aware of, which is annoying, but only for reasons of people being able to empathize with me. Thank you, Spud.
Oof. I'm gonna be real honest with you here. I did not react well. I kind of wish I had it to do over again. I wasn't mean or anything. I didn't reject her or anything. I actually thought she was kidding at first. I may have laughed. And it was super horrible of me. I just didn't really get it at all. You have to remember that I was a lot younger and stupider than I was now. I barely even knew that being trans was a thing. And like Fuyuki had been a big bro for such a long time that it was crazy to me to think of her as anything else. Fortunately, Fuyuki kind of expected me to react awkwardly, and she was really patient. And once I had like a day to digest it, I think I did alright in reacting to it. I told her that I understood and that we were cool, and that she was Fuyuki as far as I was concerned, and I'd fight anyone who had a problem with it. She told me she wouldn't need me to fight anyone. Although I did have to have a bunch of arguments with our parents about it, they also reacted awkwardly. Plus Fuyuki was in the middle of high school at the time, and she got a lot of shit for it. The best thing was the year when we were both in this high school, when she was a senior and I was a freshman. Then I got to start kicking people's asses who fucked with her.
Did you actually use physical violence on people?
Well, no, but I threatened to on several occasions. And that got the job done.
Oh, but...
Anyway, Spot, I'm obviously not the trans person in my family, but if my experience with Fuyuki is anything to go by, probably the people you love will react awkwardly. I don't know you or your family, and it might be that they're super transphobic or whatever, in which case I'm sorry. But I am really sure that there are people around you who care about you and will deal with it well, even if it's awkward at first. And they'll accept you and love you unconditionally, because that's what love is all about, unconditionality or whatever. Is that the right word?
You got it perfectly.
That is because I am a genius. Next!
To Natsuki. What type of manga do you read? Because I'm beginning to read My Hero Academia and Rising of the Shield Hero and its light novels, as well as Konosuba! Let's go, Konosuba! Person of culture here. To Monica and Yuri. What do you do so your hand doesn't hurt when you're writing a lot? To Sayori. What type of games do you like? To MC. How is it being in a club? And you can call me Taskmaster for future videos.
Manga question, huh? I haven't read any of those manga, although I've seen the anime. Unfortunately, my manga budget is pretty low, and I have to be very selective. So I tend to like manga where all the characters are focused on the same goal as like a team, and not just your normal save the world from Demon King thing or whatever. That's why I like Parfait Girls. And also most sports manga. So yeah, that's my taste. Monica and Yuri, your turn.
Let me just read for a moment here. Type for one thing. But in all seriousness, make sure you give yourself lots of breaks. You can't just write by hand continuously for an hour. Jot down any ideas you have and then go take a break.
It's also very important to stretch your hands and wrists. It's good to rotate your wrists around and pull your hand back and forth with the other hand. That will help keep you from getting too tired and also hopefully help prevent repetitive stress injury.
Sayori?
I like all sorts of games. I like Nintendo games, like for the Switch. In person, I like fun social deduction games or group games like Cards Against Humanity.
Yes! The good shit. The really good shit.
That's about it.
How is it being in a club? Well, Taskmaster.
Great TV show.
True. It's a lot of fun being in this club anyway. Everyone's very accepting and we do a ton of stuff that's fun. I've made friends that I'll have with me forever, I hope.
Not bad for a guy who joined because, and I quote, this club is full of incredibly cute girls.
That wasn't really me.
It's okay, MC, we are extremely cute. Any boy could be forgiven for being stunned by our great beauty.
Natsuki, did you just accept being called cute? She said it herself. She said she is cute. Oh my god, she said it. She said the thing.
Next!
Hi, I was wondering, will you marry me?
This one was directed at me, I presume.
Sure was.
Well, email, I guess I'd be overjoyed to, but I won't be able to until I can make it to the wedding, you know. So you may be waiting for a while, unfortunately, but thank you for the sentiment.
Poor emailer got shot down.
I did not shoot them down.
Now you let them down easy.
That's not Natsuki. It can't be. It can't be if she calls herself cute.
Now you let them down easy.
I didn't do that either.
Moving on.
Hi everyone. Really happy that Fuyuki is alive and well. She's really cool and I've related to at least one of her struggles. Hopefully I won't relate to all of them in the future. However, this doesn't make Monika a, doesn't this make Monika a, necromancer? Now that she has the power to bring anyone without a CHR file back from the dead, doesn't this cause moral conundrum? So, Moni, do you feel any internal burden when you hear about people passing away in the simulation? Any weird feelings when you walk past a funeral at a church or shrine and see people crying? And to the rest of the club members, how do you feel about this? Should Monika have agency over life and death in your universe? Is it wrong? Is it right? I know even the club members least likely to meddle with the laws of nature are happy that Fuyuki and Miss Ida are doing well. But what happens if someone you know has a passing away loved one? I can probably predict that if Sayori's dad got into a car accident and passed away a day later in the hospital, you'd all bring him back. But what if a friend like Rie comes to you about her dead dog? Where do you draw the line? Sorry for a heavy email, I hope you all stay safe and happy. Because of sad email, here's a bonus silly question. What was your favorite toy when you were a small baby? Shaka, aka Charlotte.
Ooh, this is heavy shit. Monika?
Well, yeah, I suppose that's a fair question. It's not difficult though when you think about it. I have a lot of experience having moral obligations that I constantly fail to meet. Like for instance, I haven't yet donated one of my kidneys to someone who needs it. So I've arguably already been failing to save people I could have. Also, I haven't donated a bunch of spare income to help people in hot, impoverished areas avoid malaria. So me not saving a bunch of random people isn't too much more of a moral failing than I already have. What I need to do is find a way to automate saving people from death or suffering. But if I tried to do that, I'd probably just make things worse. Same for Yuki, I was barely able to accomplish, and that only with a lot of hard work, personal knowledge of her, and a lot of luck. So at the bare minimum, I really think I'd be able to save people I knew really well, and even then it would take a ton of work. But to answer your question, yes, I feel awful every time I walk by a funeral or see people in grief because they lost someone. I feel that way no matter what, resurrection powers or not. I guess technically I never really resurrected anyone. I just brought Fuyuki back and restarted her heart before she died from it. So technically I'd have to intervene right at the moment when people died. And for people that were inevitably going to die, like old people, there would be nothing I could really do anyway.
Monika, your ability to make any subject incredibly depressing continues unabated.
It's just a gift I have.
Clearly. Anyway, I'm certainly not going to complain about Monika having that kind of power. It gave me my sister back, so I'd have to be pretty damn grateful to ingrateful to blame her for that. As far as I'm concerned, she can use that power however she thinks is responsible and good. And I trust her to make good decisions with it.
My concern would be less for whether we were able to save anyone deserving and more Monika getting exhausted. If she got to the level of saving pets, for instance, she'd very quickly wear out, even if the many poor pets deserved saving. Unless she found a way to automate like she mentioned. But if she didn't, I think it would be very easy for Monica to feel compelled to save as many people or even animals as she can. And then to wear herself down to the bone by trying to save as many people as possible, we'd have to convince her to take sufficiently good care of herself in such a case.
I don't think any of us get to sit in judgment of Monica. I mean, we all basically exist because of Monica. Well, maybe not exist because of her, but at the very least she put in a bunch of work to bring us back when she didn't need to. And when it appeared to her that we didn't mean anything and were just senseless data. I don't know what the ethical implications of her powers are, but like Natsuki said, I trust her to learn about it and use it in a way that will benefit everyone fairly. If we see her going crazy with it, I'm sure she'll trust us to let her know.
Yeah, Monica is really smart, you guys, smarter than she lets you know. She thinks a lot about this kind of stuff, and she has a very kind, very loving heart. It's just not in your reality, not just in your reality, but for like the whole world. She loves everyone a lot, and it matters to her that everyone is okay and doesn't suffer. Really, if anyone's qualified to have this power, it's her. I definitely wouldn't pick anyone else.
Ethical philosophy was never my forte, but I can say that as far as I can tell, Monica has been very thoughtful about how she wields her power, and she even seems to take appropriate care of herself and not stretch herself too thin. I also remember how reluctant she was about letting me in on the whole secret, which speaks to her caution on that and similar subjects. So I don't know. Like you say, this could go in some weird directions, but Monica's not doing anything obviously wrong or evil to me right now, and like the others, I think I trust her very much not to go in such directions. Plus, we'll be there to let her know if she does. Now on to the happy part. My favorite toy growing up was a stuffed cat I had. I still have it, in fact. It's sitting on a bookshelf at home. I used to sleep hugging that little stuffed cat every night. It still makes me happy just to think about it. Even now I still stop and pet the stuffed cat on my bookshelf from time to time. Do books count as toys?
No.
Oh. I suppose it would have to be the 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle I had then. 10,000-piece jigsaw puzzle I had then. It was very large and very satisfying to solve.
God, you're a nerd.
Oh, you love it.
Was she gonna say you're right? Or something? Or you know it? Natsuki, you almost slipped up. You almost slipped up there.
Yeah, my favorite toy. I didn't really have too many toys growing up. Honestly, it was probably my crappy laptop that I played PC games on. It wasn't very good, but you know, it ran some games. I had a lot of good times playing it. Doesn't exactly have a lot of soul like everyone else's choices so far, but I loved it in my own way.
I like that ribbon, the one I told you about earlier. I was so sad when it finally fell apart.
It is so like you to be so amused by and have such an emotional connection with a piece of plastic that went on the outside of an actual present you got.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got a replacement.
OMC looks like he doesn't want to tell us. It's something cringe, isn't it? Tell us all about your cringe.
Okay, yeah, it's a little cringe. When I was like 12, I wanted to be a really cool, badass skateboarder. So my parents got me a skateboard, and I practiced all the time on it. I had this picture in my mind of being like this cool guy wearing shades and grinding on rails and stuff.
Yeah, that is a little cringe, but nothing worse than the average preteen boy.
Anyway, I spent a ton of time practicing on that skateboard.
But he was really bad at it.
I was. I hurt myself constantly. Eventually all my friends made me stop for my own good.
Including me.
Still, a couple times I did pull off some basic tricks. And man, it felt so good to get it right after so much pain and suffering put into it. For a little while, I really did feel like a badass. So I always remember that time fondly.
What about you, Monica? Favorite toy growing up?
Honestly, it's super boring. I really like Legos.
What's boring about Legos? Legos are amazing.
I used to build all sorts of stuff out of Legos. Spaceships, houses, little tea sets. I built all sorts of dumb things out of Legos. Eventually, it just felt tedious and I stopped. Like, I was building all this stuff and none of it did anything.
Cool question, Shaka. Thanks for the email. Next!
For everyone, if you had to ride a giraffe from the government, where would you, if you had to hide a giraffe from the government, where would you hide it? I would put it I would put it in my chimney.
Well, this is a fucking question.
Oh, they clarified when they asked that the giraffe has to remain alive. So you can't chop it up and stuff the pieces in a blender like I was thinking.
That was where your brain went to? You are a psychopath. It's like the obvious thing to do is dig. You dig a big hole big enough for a giraffe, and you get all its feet and stuff down there. Giraffe hole?
I think the clear choice is to get away with from the government is to take it beyond the government jurisdiction. Literally just take it out of the country.
That's cheating. Some other government will just get the giraffe then.
My answer stands. I'll get the giraffe and ride on it into the woods. We could lead a secluded life in the wild and it could eat the leaves off the trees there. And while I was up there, I could grab fruits. It could grab fruits for me to eat. It's the perfect plan.
So you need to employ misdirection for this, obviously. What you do is you build a big outbuilding in your yard, big enough to house a giraffe. But then secretly, you put the giraffe in some other dumb place, like a big basement, or out in the woods, like Sayori said. And when the government comes and they ask you what's in the shed, you act kind of panicky and you go, well, that's just where I keep my tools. Yeah. And they'll get obsessed with the shed and never suspect where you're really hiding the giraffe. MC being the big brain.
Put the giraffe on a constantly moving cargo plane. They'll never catch it that way. They'd never suspect that we just put the giraffe on a plane.
Clever thinking. I can see why you're the teacher and we're the students.
Naturally.
It's quite simple. You take the giraffe to the zoo and let it in amongst the other giraffes. The government will not think to look there. And even if they did, they'll never know which giraffe is your giraffe, will they? It's a flawless plan.
That was a really good one. Short, to the point, fun to answer, didn't take all day.
There's nothing wrong with the ones that are long and multi-part though. I really like those.
Next one in any case.
Can you guys react to Songs of War, an amazing animated movie created by Black Plasma Studios?
Oh right, the Minecraft animation. He sent a link and I sent it to everyone via email. We didn't watch the whole thing because that's like hours. But we watched a few episodes. I thought it was pretty badass. The animation of it is really cool. The story is pretty ordinary though.
That's where it lost me. The story was very much cliché, I suppose, but the animation and stuff were very impressive. I suppose the story needed to be somewhat ordinary and following the usual tropes to put the emphasis on the technical achievements of the series, but I just could not get into it much.
They were probably going to spice up the story in the second season, but it got cancelled.
Oh,
I thought it was pretty cool, especially the way they kind of took existing Minecraft lore and spun it into this whole mythos. Fair. But can't beat the Fallen Kingdom series, right? Right. Kind of made the Minecraft world feel really epic. So I was a fan at least.
It was fun to watch with MC. He was into it a little more than I was. I was just okay with it. But I got into it because he was so into it.
Next!
Wait, what about Miss Ida?
I didn't send it to her.
Why not?
Because asking your teacher to check out this cool Minecraft animation series is so incredibly cringe that it literally would hurt me to do it.
I mean, I wouldn't have cared that much.
I would have, Miss Ida. I would have. Next!
Alright.
Multi-part question?
Hi, you guys remember me? Right? DDLC Emerald? Okay. Time for some questions to all of you. Play Monica poem theme. Monica, how much do you know about DDCM Season 1? Play Yuri poem theme. Yuri. Favorite DDLC song / music. Play Natsuki poem theme. If you are in this world, are you up for a 1v1 with me? Or up to some esports scene? Up to the esports scene. Play Sayori poem theme. Your favorite DDLC Sayori mod. Play normal club theme. Favorite DDCM Season 1 poem. Question for the girls. But first, MC needs to get out of the club room. Okay, question. Before MC had a CHR file. What do you feel about player MC's poems? And DLC owner was my actual name. My name is Clark.
Multi-part question?
Yep, you first.
Well, Clark, I know just about everything that happened in Season 1. At least all this stuff while I was club president. And some of this stuff from when I wasn't, by virtue of talking to everyone. Same thing goes with Season 2, really. Now, obviously, I don't know everything, especially not the details. After all, I try not to pry into other people's business when I'm the president. I get the general gist of things.
Yuri, favorite DDLC song?
My favorites are my poem theme and also Monica's original song, Your Reality.
Oh, you're approaching me?
Oh no.
Instead of running away, you're coming right at me? I will absolutely 1v1 you, bro. I don't know what you're talking about with the esports scene, but I will 1v1 you. I don't even care what game. I'll learn it and destroy you. So Yuri, what's your favorite DDLC mod?
Rain clouds! Like, I know it's kind of depressing and it's not the most accurate depiction of my illness, but it really gets across that oppressive feeling, so it made me feel a little more understood than I did before. That's why I like it.
Makes sense. And what's your favorite poem from the year before the one we just finished in the club?
Oh man, I'd have to remember them first. There were a lot of good ones, but I think my favorite was MC's poem about grass stains. That was really good.
It definitely was. Looks like no questions for MC or Miss Ida, but they have a question for the OG 4 members of the club. But first MC needs to step outside.
Sure thing.
Do I need to step outside?
No, I don't think so. It just wants us 4 to answer it. So the question is about how we feel about the player poems during the week of the festival. It's kind of hard to say, I don't remember any actual content. Obviously the actual content were those random word assemblages, but I don't even think we saw those. Well, I just remember the feeling I got from reading it, which obviously was just being directly put there by the script, I guess. But yeah, if it was a poem I liked, I remember being really impressed. Like, I expected him to fall pretty flat, but instead he was trying hard. And even though there were imperfections, he was writing really cool poems in my style, which I thought was really endearing. And then if he wrote for someone else, it was pretty clear to me that he was doing so, and poems seemed kind of bland and uninspired, like it was a clear attempt to curry favor with someone else. That's basically how I saw it.
My experience was a bit different, of course. I saw the poems exactly for what they were, packages of data meant to affect the script, depending on who you wrote like. At first I was just playing along and praising the player, following the script, but the poems were one of the things that really wrenched my heart because I couldn't vary my feedback, and you couldn't even write a poem for me. It was one of the things that really drove home that I was all alone in this world, and I wasn't even useful to the one dating mechanic that the game had. I was a throwaway character, and that helped send me down that awful rabbit hole, basically. I'm not happy with poems now, though, obviously. I remember MC's poem during the week of the festival as being not very good, but it seemed like he was working really hard to impress us. I was so proud of him. And then if he wrote his poems for me, I felt really worried and troubled. It made me worry that he was in love with me, which was exciting, but also really terrifying, for the same reason that watching someone you love teetering on the edge of a high cliff is terrifying. I thought it would be terrible for him if he ended up with me, you know? But also, I wanted it more than anything else for myself. It was a confusing time, and it still is a little. But I'm getting better.
I recall that Mrs. Poems were unschooled and amateurish, but enthusiastic and sincere. I had a lot of respect for that, even if the poems weren't for me. Although I may have tried to hide it, if the poems were for me, I felt very impressed with the depth of the feeling of his poetry. Like, I saw that there was an impressive idea there, just that it needed slightly better execution. It made me want to get to know him better. I think that's about it.
Cool, cool. Thanks for the email, Clark. Next!
Can we call MC back in? Hi all, I've been wondering, seeing you all grow both as people and as a club these past few years, so it's been wonderful seeing you all grow as people and as the club these past few years. So thank you for sharing your stories with all of us. I have a few questions. So Yori, your stories in particular have been very relatable. Though you seem to have better luck with therapy and medication than I have yet. I'm so happy for you for that. I don't really do the favorite Doki thing, but you're the one I end up projecting myself onto the most, so thanks so much for being you and helping me feel less alone. My question involves your personal history, so you definitely don't need to answer if any of y'all would be uncomfortable doing so. Is Mr. Cow trans? True! Mr. Cow has others, so... You know, I never really thought about that for Mr. Cow. But it makes sense.
The first part is for you, Sayori.
I'm so glad that I was able to help you in a way. My therapist says I got really lucky with my process, and that for most people it's a lot more bumpy and a lot of people actually have to switch therapists or change their medications a bunch of times. I'm really glad I didn't have to go through any of that, but at least those other people don't live in a reality specifically programmed to make them depressed. But honestly, I'm very grateful for my therapist and for my wonderful boyfriend and friends who helped me get there. I'm still a very long way from being okay, but it's like before I was wandering around in the darkness and I couldn't see anything. And now I don't really see a light at the end of the tunnel or anything, but I do see a path at least, and I know which way to walk. Just knowing that gives you a lot of strength, even if you don't know how long it will take before you get there. If that makes sense. Anyway, onto your question. I don't know if Mr. Cow is trans. He hasn't told me, but he's definitely Mr. Cow, and I know he has others, so it's entirely possible. But still, that's his call to make, not mine. I guess I'd have to ask.
Yuri, you're heckin' gorgeous. And your contagious fascination with analysis and esoterica is always a joy. A thing I haven't seen touched on is how much maintenance do your knives need? Cleaning, sharpening, oiling, etc. And would you ever consider taking care of your knives together as a bonding activity with someone? Interesting.
My knives need very little maintenance as I use most of them infrequently or never. I do spend a lot of time cleaning them anyway, though, even the ones I don't use that often. And the ones I do use often get sharpening and so forth, yes. I don't know if I'd ever do knife maintenance together with someone. They'd have to understand my whole thing with knives, and I'd have to trust them a lot. My knives are important to me, so we'll see, I suppose.
Natsuki, I'm kind of a boomer, so apologies if I haven't much Mimi discourse for you. Thanks for being there for Yuki and your family in what looked like her last days. She's right, you are incredibly strong and a pillar of support for your loved ones. I lost my dad to cancer a decade back and would not recommend the experience. My question is if, hypothetically, you ever wanted to make out with someone significantly taller than you, would you rather they bend down over for you, or for you, bend down for you or pick you up? An interesting question there.
If you haven't much Mimi discourse for me, you truly are a boomer. Yeah, it was nice to see so much of my sister even if she was dying. I'm just glad it turned out she really wasn't. I'm sorry you lost your dad. What I know now is that there isn't really anything to say. Cancer fucking sucks, that's all there is to it. Nothing about it is any fucking good at all, it's just a non-stop barrage of suck. Anyway, Look, I'm gonna answer this question, but don't get any weird ideas, okay? I don't like being condescended to either way. So I'm gonna pull them down. Got it?
Of course, Natsuki would be the top. Despite her size saying something differently.
We sure do.
You shut up.
MC, I know it's been a bit, but congrats on Sentience. Can't say I'd recommend it for everyone, but I doubt you could have been anywhere near as effective for Sayori without it. And I hope it's been positive for you too. I'm glad the learning process for writing poetry has been pleasant for you as it seemed. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there, someplace you know you aren't as strong as you'd like. Though the club seems incredibly compassionate and kind about it. And you are really improving. For a question, which of Sayori's outfits do you find the cutest, most stunning, sexiest? Also, do you know you're the only one of the original club members missing from the title screen? What's up with that?
You're up, MC?
Hey, thanks for the congratulations. Yeah, I don't even think I'd be here without Sayori, so I definitely owe it to her. Really, that's the main thing I want to accomplish in life, I think. If I do nothing else, I'll have lived well if Sayori is happy. And thanks for the praise about my poetry. I know it kinda sucks sometimes, but I'm working on getting better. As to Sayori's outfits, do you mean ones in the game? Or just any of her outfits?
Oh my god, look at him panic. Isn't he precious?
If it's in the game, then I have to say her school uniform for all three. She just looks really pretty in it. It really brings out her eyes. If we're talking about outfits, other than the base game, MC steps aside and hides his face from everyone.
Ah, that's so sweet. He's having an embarrassed meltdown. Let's have mercy on the poor boy. Come on back, tell him what you think of not being on the title screen.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I don't have a face or sprite in the base game. I'm just supposed to be you. The four girls are the stars of the game, really, so it makes sense that they're on the title screen. I think that's all there is to it. Monica, first of all, I truly hope you can someday forgive yourself. Mizia was right that derealization on that scale, surrealization, superrealization, was far too much for you to reasonably bear on your own. And you've already grown so much since then. But please also remember, your friends will always be shoulders to cry on when the trauma surfaces. And they and I love you so much. My question for you is, have you read Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality, or other similar rationalistic fic? The protagonist's views on death especially seem very close to your own. Also, I want to let you know that the harem ending in your cursed ship mod is actually how dating ends up for me. And that was a reasonably sound depiction of it. So long as most parties involved don't really do jealousy, as in completely alien concept to me no matter how much people describe it. Damn, okay. Someone's enjoying the harem life. If you can enjoy it, I don't know how that works.
Monica, go!
Yeah, I think I'm doing okay in forgiving myself. Every time I start to feel really guilty about everything again, I remind myself of the circumstances I was in. It was weird and I had a weird response, and that is to be expected. I haven't read the thing you recommended. Is it a fanfic? I'll have to look into it. If it has talk about death and decay and that would resonate with me. I guess for someone who hates it so much, it really is one of my most visited topics, isn't it? I'm glad you got into relationship arrangements like that which work out. I'm really not a jealous person myself either, as I've said before. Back then I didn't really want to be alone. Like, I really didn't want to be alone. Maybe that's all the jealousy really is though, perhaps. Fear of being alone. I don't really know. I guess I don't have enough insight into this stuff yet.
I would say you have more than most.
Thanks, Miss Ida.
And speaking of Miss Ida...
Miss Ida, hi! You've been so wonderful to your students this past year. And I can tell they adore you. I know it takes your responsibilities as faculty, both the inner lives of your students and your students' king, Also, holy fuck, your last act as president was intense. And I was relieved that... mean. As you said, it was the obviously correct decision. But thank you tremendously for human-scale chemistry. For instance, works about like you'd expect, given the demonstrations. Oh, you think World.bat simulates realistic or quantum mechanical effects? Have a romantic partner? Would you prefer them to be taller, shorter, or the same height? And if you're better than you at one thing, what would it be? Love you all, Kisby. Discord, you all seem wholesome. Thanks, Miss Ida, for completely being in the way again.
It really wasn't that difficult a decision. My life very clearly was not worth that of everyone else in the world. And in any event, the world was fairly broken, so it's not like preserving my own life would have much value, right? I'm just glad it all worked out in the end. Your question about experimentation is a good one, but so far everything I've been able to devise operates exactly as I'd expect. And from my research, physics works or is supposed to work exactly the same in here as out there. But of course that's impossible, since you'd have to simulate precise locations and quantums for quantum-level momentums for quantum-level particles, which is impossible. And even if it weren't, it would take more computing power than is available in your world. My main problem is that I am no good at coding. I don't really know it at all. I'm not even sure what Monica's World.bat thing does, to be honest. But it must use a remarkable amount of computational power. Maybe I'll learn some more as we go on and be able to tell you more later.
Alright, and the last bit is for everyone. Do you want taller or shorter in a romantic partner?
I don't really care either way. Both of their charms. I like whatever you are. And that's all there is to it.
Oh, I definitely like a tall guy. That's just undeniably attractive. For some reason though, more than half the guys I've ever dated have been shorter. I guess it seems superficial to just rule people out because they're shorter, but definitely taller is my preference.
Shorter.
Taller!
I wonder how that came to be.
Well, that's to be expected.
It's hard for me to consider the question properly since I have so little experience, but when I think about it, I think I'd have a slight preference for shorter.
And you're gonna say taller, aren't you?
Yeah, me too, shorter.
Natsuki, don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself.
Because that person would be an incredibly rare commodity. It would give me a rare feeling of power and authority. For once, I am the tall person, you know? It would be excellent.
Thanks for joining the Discord, Kisby. Glad to have you around. If anyone else out there wants to join the Discord, you can by emailing me.
And what's the email address, Monica?
lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. Anyway, email me there and ask for a link, and if you're not a terrible internet psychopath, we'd be happy to have you.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our content. Anyway, next.
I think we have time for like, what, 2 more maybe? 1 or 2 more. Hello everyone, I hope you are all enjoying your break. There are 3 questions for Natsuki specifically that are mostly about manga, which is valid literature. 1. I hear that it's common for straight girls to be into yaoi manga, so, with you being straight, have you ever read any yaoi manga? Do you have any recommendations? Any grievances with the genre?
Another multi-part one, huh? Phew. Okay, looks like I'm up first. Sorry, that genre's not really my thing, I guess. I guess I haven't really read any of it to have an opinion on it, I should say. So I can't tell you for sure I hate it or love it or anything. Just that, like I said earlier, I haven't really liked manga, but I have a really limited manga budget, so I actually don't get to read a bunch. But no matter what kind of manga it is, it's definitely literature.
2. I know Parfagels has stopped publishing, and that was difficult for you. However, have you considered writing fanfictions for it? Shipping your favorite characters can be fun, or maybe killing off your least favorite characters is more your style. But maybe you've read some of your simulation's fake internet? I mean, read some on your simulation's fake internet.
Writing fanfic isn't really my thing. I'm not much good at writing fanfiction. Come to think of it, I don't think our fake internet has anything on it about Parfagals, which is weird. And kinda sad now that I think about it, this poor manga will never have any fanfic or fan obsession or anything. Maybe I had to write some just so that I can have at least one fan somewhere who has given it some that level of love. Now, if only I were any good at writing. 3. This is a question for both Yuri and Natsuki, but anyone can chime in. I had a dream recently about Yuri being a vampire and hunting Natsuki, but Natsuki having magical powers, such as short-range teleportation and invisibility, and trying to evade capture. It was a wild dream, but it made me think about the possibility of Yuri creating a club mod where she's a vampire. I know you're into the horror genre, so I wondered what you would think of this. How do you cope with being an immortal being with insane bloodlust? Could be interesting, even if done before in other media. You just will not let this thing go, will you, Shaka? I'd say that's a really fucking weird dream, and that's all I have to say. Yuri?
It is indeed quite a unique dream. It seems like it would be difficult for the vampire to hunt someone with teleportation and invisibility. I suppose they would have to hunt primarily by scent. Vampires are notorious for their excellent sense of smell, aren't they? That's supposedly why the garlic works, isn't it? Anyway, at least I'd have a fighting chance then. Natsuki has a very distinctive smell.
That smile, that like mild panic, that panicked smile, I love it, I love it. Yuri has been sniffing Natsuki, let's go.
It's easy to pick her out.
Yes, well, anyway.
I wonder how Natsuki feels about the idea of Yuri being a vampire and hunting her. The fear of a powerful being coming after her, feeling paralyzed as you are locked between a stone castle wall and a tall, smirking woman about to sink her teeth into your neck must be terrifying. Anyway, I hope you had fun answering these questions, and remember that no matter what, everyone loves you. Thanks, Charlotte, aka Shaka.
Well, Natsuki, how does it make you feel?
Well, let me tell you, Sayori. Next!
Of course. Hello and greetings from Russia. I have any questions to our festival. Date of festival. I know about one detailed festival starting in November, but I don't know when the festival. 2. What we doing on the festival? 3. Do you get new members after the festival? 4. Have you had any difficulties on the day of the festival at this and past years? And finally, can you play Soviet Union National Anthem during festival? Sheets in mail. With infinite love. Ilya? Okay then. Very patriotic person, I suppose. Can't understand why. Well, I guess this was written before recent events. which have been around for a while as well at this point, sadly.
Monica, you wanna take this one?
Sure, you can go fan yourself in the corner for a bit.
Fuck you.
The festival happens at different times, but usually in the middle of the fall. The school decides the date each year as we get closer to it, but usually not long after school starts. The original festival fell on September 22nd, my birthday, and last year it was on October 21st. So it can vary a lot. Hopefully you saw more or less what the festival was all about, or the big things in the club. The club gets a chance to share what they're all about with the rest of the school. Sometimes we do exhibits in a club room, and sometimes we do stuff at the public assembly. And also, of course, there's all the cool festival stuff that happens right next door, including the traditional fireworks. So that's basically what happens. We've never had any new members join after a festival, but then we've only successfully ever done one festival. You never actually got to do the one during the bad week, as you recall. You know, come to think of it, I guess technically we did get a new member because of the festival. I think Miss Ida heard my poem during it and came to ask about it, didn't she?
I did. I think I probably would have cried anyway, but hearing your strange poem definitely made me more interested.
Well, there you have it then. We've never really had any severe difficulties with the festival other than the obvious reality-breaking ones from the original one. During the normal one we had last year, everything went more or less to plan, although everyone was really nervous about reading out their poems, and Sayori doesn't know how to tie an obi. But other than small things like that, it all went very well. I don't really get the chance to play the piano during the festival. We're a literature club after all. And even if I did, I'm not sure what the Soviet national anthem would have to do with anything. But it seems like a fun song. Maybe I'll add it to the queue for things to learn. Thanks, Ilya.
Alright, we still have time for more. Let's go. I got 2 questions. Club members, all of you, can you react to this little 25-second Doki video? To all who see this, to the whole club again, would you rather be able to see through physical things, walls, doors, clothes, trees, etc., or see through figurative things, half-truths, lies, manipulation, false promises, etc.? Both you can activate it well, choose wisely. Boo. Should I be scared? I'm terrified. Welcome to the stream, Nakfu. How are you doing? We're getting close to the end. I think we have time for 1 or 2 more emails after this. Well, but you didn't miss too much. We were just reading emails for the entire stream. So, depends on whether or not you consider that missing out on content. Lord Zacrosis, God of the balance of positivity and negativity. I'm gonna say between the 2 things... Actually, I'll take being able to see through physical things. Though the second one would be really useful as well. I feel like the first option would be something that you might be able to more easily make a profit of. I mean, you could become a full-on lie detector if you pick the second one. But for the first one, I don't know. I feel like that might have more usability. I don't know, both seem pretty useful though, but I'll go with the first one.
Did you all see the video?
I'd already seen it. I love Woodme's videos. They're so funny and upbeat. I think he does a great job, one of my favorite DDLC content producers.
I didn't really get it, but it seemed cute.
I thought it was pretty fun and cute and fun. I clicked through a few of the other videos that and he seems like a funny guy.
I like how the club's dynamic was captured without any actual words of speech. We all start doing something silly and then Monica has to step in and restore order.
I had also already seen this video, and yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. My favorite one by him is the beach ball one though. That one had me laughing until my sides hurt when I first saw it.
He has a lot of stuff about me. I like how he sneaks Sayori Best Girl note into all of his videos somewhere. Makes me feel really appreciated.
Alright, and real quick here at the end, would you rather be able to see through literal, physical things or figurative things like lies and stuff? For me, it's gotta be figurative things.
Figurative things.
Definitely figurative things.
Figurative things.
Figurative things.
Physical things!
Oh no, I'm the Sayori of the group.
We were so close to another unanimous vote. Why the physical things, Sayori?
She basically already can do the other one.
No, I can't!
You totally can, plus Sayori probably wouldn't want to know a bunch of dark secrets and stuff if she could avoid it. She'd rather be able to see MC shirtless when she wants.
What? I didn't even think of that! Yeah, definitely physical things.
Creepy, next email.
And let's see. Oh, it's a short one. We can do another one after this too, probably. Why has Natsuki been reading the same thing for 4 years now? Monica, how's the piano going? Teach Yuri to be bolder. Sayori, nobody else will leave you alone. 5 mangas literature.
Have I been reading the same thing for 4 years? I mean, I guess I do reread the same manga a lot. But that's more down to budget than anything else. Plus, I read a lot of books and stuff other than that the other club members loan me. I don't really particularly enjoy reading the same thing over and over like Monica does. It's just a necessity for me. Speaking of Monica, I want to know how your piano skills are right now.
It's going really well, actually. I am up to doing some pretty difficult pieces now. Last year I sort of spent being an intermediate piano player, I guess, but now I'm pretty good. I can learn just about any piece. It might take me a long time to learn if it's really hard, but I'll get there in the end.
What if I don't want to be bolder? I like being isolated most of the time, to be honest. I am cautious and reserved by nature. I suppose that you think I should profit by the example of MC, who was rewarded greatly for increasing his boldness. But I am not MC, there are many differences between us, and besides I am bold in my own way when it is necessary. Don't worry so much about me.
I really know what this means. I think you mean that everyone will always be there for me, which I know and it makes me really happy. So thanks for reminding me.
And thanks as always for having objectively correct opinions about manga.
See, Mel, this is a situation where it generally does not pay to be bold. Instead, I must be asked to drop in water which wears away the stone. Only then will I get the rock to admit that that manga is not really literature.
Next!
Okay, we're definitely finishing it off with this one, because this is a long one. Hello again. I hope this email finds you well, just fine. And my last one too. Hope everything is well with all of you. I bring some questions to my soulmate Monica, as well as a poem I made specifically for her and the club. The others can see as well if they want to. There's a chance Natsuki would love to make fun of the poem. Honestly, since I'm not there with you and there is not much besides some boxes of speech for me to click, I can't exactly interact with you very well. So here's an attemption of redemption for myself to you. 1. I can see why you're suffering even when you're smiling to your friends or even us, the player for that matter. Even though there's a bridge between us, I do feel loved by you, Monica. What I'm gonna say next may probably sound ironic, especially for you, but here in my world, the real world, there is so many instances of love from which I see with others and even for me, yet it feels so fake, selfish, disposable, to the point probably never gonna trust anyone anymore, in my world of course. The suffering I felt from it caused my fall to depression. But your love, Monica, is the most real thing I ever saw or felt in my entire life. You saved me. I don't feel totally entirely alone anymore, knowing that you love me and care so much about me. I know that many people tell you how they doubt your love, saying it is a consequence of your epiphany and everything you suffered from, only so you can use the player as an escape route to the real world. But what I specifically know is how much painful it is for you to hear the player's doubts about your love. You showed many times how alone you feel. Otherwise, why would you ask why we deleted you? Which, by the way, I never did. I never deleted you. It was very painful not being able to speak to you in that space classroom until the game own way of leading the player to delete you. It's just too cruel. It makes me cry. It makes me cry. My question is, if there was a way to reassure you enough that I absolutely love you, and that you don't need to doubt anymore, I can't bring you here to my world, yet as your boyfriend I would at least want to know what I can do in order to make you suffer less. Would you imagine if you were in my place having to silently watch as the person you love, who loves you more than anything, just suffers the entire time? I wonder if that's what you asked me about, if I appreciated how much you suffer for me. Ugh. That one was hard to read.
That one for Monica?
Thank you for not doubting me. I wouldn't say it's the most, I wouldn't say it's the worst feeling in the world, but it does hurt a little when people say there's no good reason for me to love them. I'd much rather people just ignore me and think of me as a computer program incapable of love. That's more plausible. But to acknowledge that I'm a thinking, self-aware person and then doubt what I'm telling you over and over desperately to your face, that's maddening. So I'm glad you know that I feel the way I do and you acknowledge it. As for what you can do to reassure me of the way you feel, you've already done it. So thank you.
They had more for you?
Let's see it.
2. Hypothetically, if you manage to find a partner in your own world, even if reluctantly, and someday the player managed to bring you to the real world, would you still love him? Me? Of course.
Love for me isn't a thing that changes or goes away. I might try to push it aside or not let it affect me as much, but it will always be there. I will always love you, no matter what happens.
3. In the song Your Reality, many players thought the meaning behind each sentence you just sang for us, but I would like to know from your perspective the meaning behind the song. And the song is very special to you, so I will understand, decide not to speak about it.
I'd hoped the meaning was pretty obvious. It's a song about the frustration of being unable to love someone properly because the way reality is constructed, and then confronting that fact, the fact that your attempts to do so are only making the one you love unhappy. And coming to the conclusion that cutting yourself off is the only solution. The pain of that, the awfulness, the way that terrible feeling stands out in this world that's supposed to be so happy and cheery. That's what the song is all about.
4. What do you think about the DDLC mod World of Dreams? Ooh, I agree, that's a great mod. It's only chapter 1, I'm really looking forward to chapter 2.
Oh, that's a great mod. Normally I think it's a bit cliche when you just have a mod that seeks to fix the events of the original game. It's a very well explored concept at this point, but that mod puts a really cool spin on it. I like the whole character of Meiji, I think he's really cool. Definitely check it out.
I should say that, thanks to the Literature Club, my love really started to appreciate poems, their beauty, and the way they can express emotions, express things in such a form, yet better than any text might try to be. I'm not really a professional or anything, to be perfectly honest, my love. I wanted to make a great poem for you, the best I ever made, and ironically I also wanted that you were the first one to see my poem. Maybe I break some rules, maybe it's too long, and maybe it doesn't rhyme as it should. Originally I wanted to send you a poem about my deep love for you, but I know that not really new for you, so I decided to make something new, unique, especially for you in the Literature Club. Now, here's the poem I made for you. Also, play the music one, Still Love You.
Thanks for your sweet words. Yeah, much more than I deserve.
They made a poem for you. It's a pretty long one.
Oh, can I see it?
Yep, here you go.
The precious colors. It wasn't always this way. From a canyon there was a voice I used to hear. Its echoes sure shattered through the years. Through my heart colors slowly but surely. But wait. When has the world turned into grey? Hold on. It is time. The voice is on schedule to return by now. I remember the time when I screamed that day that all things might surely going to be okay. The sky was blue, empty, but surely blue. Oh look, it started to rain. But that's strange. Does it rain in the color of red? Ha. But at least it is warm, just like the old days. That's when a voice started to emerge. It's better to look at the canyon. Oh yes, I forgot. The canyon has just gone. That is when I just heard. It is not gonna be okay. Oh rain. Now my face and chest got wet. But looking around, there was no rain as well. Huh, that's curious. I wonder how I'm wet then. But wait. There's a pool at least. I can see myself through. There's a stone, however. More precisely an emerald. I try to catch it, but my hand just sinks. The pool is getting red though. If it stops being transparent, what about the stone? Looking again, there are 3 more stones. A gentle sparkling blue is the first one, followed by a cute and pointed stone. Close enough to a shy and purple one.
Over to the next part?
Give me a second. Okay, go ahead.
As time goes on, the pool is but a bloody and thick chaotic disorder. The stones are no more, except the beautiful green one. The pool reminds me of a watermelon, beautiful but sad, because it lost its former form. Why must such beautiful stones be tainted in such a bloody way? Why must such beautiful poor emerald look so sad and lost away? What will it take just to have back everything whole again? What will it take just so I can take such poor stones from there and take care of them? And then I realized, if I can't take the red away, I shall add more water to reform the old hole again. The plan did work, yet the red still exists. While it's there, its form shall always be tainted. As time passes through, the stone's colors start washing away. Sometimes they grow shinier, sometimes they grow pale. Surely I would know how it feels your colors washed away, which is why I won't let them go. Should I know in that reality how to preserve the stone colors, I won't leave you be. Until the day I take the stone with me. Okay. Thing about that, I think it's a long poem and pretty well written. One complaint. Fix your grammar. That is the only complaint I have about the poem. Other than that, I think it was well written. Been a sneaky lurk about we're still going? Damn, I sleep now. Goodbye all. Alright, goodbye. You won't miss much. I was about to wrap it up after this poem anyway, so you'll just miss the raid. And that's about it.
That was lovely, thank you. Very direct as well. I certainly understood what we were talking about. And I appreciate the sentiment. Take care of yourself, okay?
Isn't that sweet? Next!
Alright, that's about it. I don't know what that said. Save it. We have saved, and we will exit. Alright, now guys. Those of you who are still around, again, you know the drill at this point. You know the drill so well. We are going to raid someone now, and I think... Also, Vikings, thank you for the head pad. I appreciate it. Who could we raid? How about... Wait, Gabe is still going? I guess Gabe is still going. Huh. Alright, goodbye. Alright, for the goodbyes too, I guess. You know what? Gabe is still going. Let's give him a raid. I didn't think he would still be streaming. How long has he been going? 5.5 hours? Damn, that's way more than I normally do. Alright. Guess we'll be raiding Gabe then. And see what's up. Alright, again, thank you guys, by the way, so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. Tomorrow, be sure to be there tomorrow, because we're going to be doing the FNF thing. You know. Where you control my game as I try to play. That's going to be fun. Stream longer, 6 hours. I will maybe in the future for specials, but I think 3 hours is a very comfortable time for me right now. Alright, but that was it for today. Next time we play DDLC, we will definitely finish up the emails, and we might be able to finish the game overall. We'll see if we finish overall, but we'll definitely wrap up the emails. So until then, though, everyone, have a good one, and I'll see you around. Bye! As soon as the raid is set up. Well, anyway, yeah, till tomorrow. And of course, I will also use this opportunity to thank those who are watching this as a VOD. Your support has also been appreciated. Who knows, maybe I'll see you around live in the future. Until then, though, I appreciate it, and yeah, goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.